I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through,
some gonna like it, some ain't, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Like I always tell my brothers and sisters, big salute to my brothers down in the chat, William Torres, what's going on? Eli Monster in the house, yes sir. Let's see, I got all I got Ocean, Oak View, salute to you, fam. And Big John Dembry, man, in the house. Salute to all my Bulldogs watching from afar, man. We're going to get this thing started up. I ain't going to be in here too long tonight, but I am going to drop the links, you know what I'm saying, because I got a few questions. And if anybody want to speak on, you know, some of their dogs or some things that they got going on as well, they can drop down in it, you know, click the links. Got some great interviews coming for y'all brothers in the next week or so. I've been working on a few things, so y'all just sit tight on that. And no, just big salute, big shout out to all the dog lovers from one side of the world to the other side, man. We about to get started with this thing tonight. Let me see who else I got up in here. Vesting Concepts, what's going on, big homie? Hunt Down, salute to you, fam. I tell y'all what, I'm gonna announce it again in the middle of the show, later on in the show, but I'm gonna start it off and say, hey, that South Bottom Kennel Dog Show is right around the corner, man. Right around the corner. All that work y'all brothers been doing to get ready for that show, you know, from one side of the country to the other side. This is what it's about. You got a week left. It's whatever time, you know. Some brothers would have called this dry out time, or when you kind of slack off your work time is easy work for the last week. I don't know, but it's showtime next week, man. The South Bottom Kennel Dog Show is going down May the 18th. You know what I'm saying? The brothers got some great prizes for the brothers, for the winners. Got great raffles out there, man. It's going down. You know, it's going down. It's going down. Twan Raw, what's going on? Salute to you, my brother. Salute to you. Street Rossi. How them pressers going for you, fam? For you. Yes, sir, man. I'm gonna start it off tonight, talking about something that a brother commented about, and it's pretty much opinionated, at Facebook. And I got up in there, made my little comment. I knew when you know, what the brother said was, if you didn't travel, you know, you, why would you consider yourself a dog man? If you didn't travel back in the days, why would you consider yourself a dog man? You know, and I felt, I just gave my opinion on it, and I said, for a person to make that statement, what I'm saying, it kind of shows you where you at far as your mentality in the dog game. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna explain it to you like this. We got 50 states, 51 states, or back in the days it may have been 50. Every place is different. Every place geography is different. Now, I'm gonna give it to you from where I'm from, South Carolina. Now, to the brother that asked that question, if you end up listening to this, I want to ask you this. Now, if I'm in South Carolina back in them days, I got Tant, and I'm just gonna name people within my 100 miles. I got Tant, I got Mr. Chavis, I got uh the Red Boy crew, Baz with Red Boy and them. We got Mr. Burns, and we got let me see who else. The Cottonhams, you know, all coming from these, not even 100 miles. So why would I have to go anywhere? I'm just naming out a few people. Why would I have to go anywhere? You know, the geography is different everywhere. You got brothers in Florida who would never have to leave Florida, who would have been around so many great dog men without even having to leave it out of Florida. It would have been great to travel and all that type of stuff. And because I'm speaking like this doesn't mean that I didn't travel. I'm just saying in general, you can't base going places on your calling yourself a dog man. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be leaving out of town, but you still could be going against whack competition. City Boy Kennels, what's going on? Yellow One, salute to you, my brother. Salute to you. Scatterbred Kennels in. Yes, sir. By the time I gotta start using scatterbred, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll know by time, but they gonna know scatterbred. They gonna know scatterbred. Yes, sir. Let me see what scatterbred talking about. Let me drop the link too, man. If any of y'all boys wanna get up in here and talk tonight, ain't no particular subject you got to talk about. If you want to ask me something, however you want to do it. I got a few things to talk about myself, but I'm definitely dropping it. Yes, sir, man. And different brothers gonna feel different ways, when it comes to that traveling stuff, man. And like I said, it's all opinionated, but I'm just giving it to you from my point of view. If I don't have to go no more than 100 miles and I can go meet everybody that's on the papers that you bragging about today, what's the purpose of me traveling to Chicago? Or what's the purpose of me going to Texas or something like that? To try to get a reputation. And sometimes you put yourself at risk at certain things. And then, you got Mr. Garner up there. You got Brother Fat Bill. And I'm just coming down from the northern part of North Carolina, coming down south towards South Carolina, because I stay on the borderline myself. I'm right here on the border. It take me a couple steps and I'm in North Carolina, you know. But it's just everybody's geography different, man. And some people had to leave the state in order to, see some other dog men. You don't have like we say, we have yet to have a brother from North Dakota to get up here and tell their dog stories. A brother from South Dakota to tell their dog stories from back in the days. I'm speaking on, So imagine if you stayed in these states, which it may be them states like that have can have some real bulldogs in it, just by how the geography is made. But at the end of the day, you don't hear about nobody bulldogging from them areas from back in the days. So I mean, some brothers had to leave. Texas brothers never had to leave Texas. You can go on one, it take you 2 days probably to get to certain parts from one side of Texas to the next side of Texas. So why would I have to leave? The boys from Texas probably gonna tell me to come over there. And I'm gonna like, come over here. Yes, sir, Eli. Eli said North and South Carolina had the best, so why leave? I agree with you on that. And we'll clear it up so a lot of brothers won't think, well, a lot of the best dogs came from the South because of how the South, it's just a dog thing. But you know, North and South Carolina had a lot of the famous dog men from back in the days that's in the pedigrees in it, and brothers that preserved the breed the right way and did their things with the dogs, even though the laws change and nobody can, do them type of things no more. History is history. Uh, it just is what it is when it comes to that, man. Maybe the brother was just saying that for a reaction, to get a reaction, because I do stuff like that too. I'll say something just to get a reaction on Facebook. Like I told a brother I wouldn't have a Garner dog in my yard. You know what I'm saying? He said Red Lady looked like chemo and something else, he said, off Garner yard. I said, man, I wouldn't have a Garner dog on my yard. But if y'all remember a little while ago, I just told y'all I had a dog off of Kuma on the yard, you know. So some things, sometimes I just say something, man, just to get a reaction. And I know when I said that, I got a reaction because there's gonna be a lot of Tom Garner fans that's gonna say something about it. You know what I'm saying? So uh everything ain't always personal when it comes to these dogs. Some brothers take it that way though. Some brothers take it that way. Now, I want to ask y'all brothers something, because I spoke on my video and the brother was asking me about it, but I want to know what y'all think about it. Breeding during the keep. What y'all think about breeding during the keep? Would you breed your male during the keep? Does it matter how much money it is? Or, once you start your keep, you just decide you ain't breeding. Because I spoke about it on the video, but I never asked y'all brothers what y'all thought about it. Now I ain't gonna lie, I heard a lot of good things about them dogs in Texas now. I have never really heard any bad stuff. We all got curves no matter where you go at. I never really, Texas always been considered a bulldog state. And I'm quite sure Texas is a world of its own. So much stuff go down in Texas that never made it to the journals. Texas too big, man. Too many people that wasn't affiliated with them journals. Too many folk that ain't even affiliated with the government, period. They ain't trying to be tied up, but they got bulldogs. Texas big, boy. A lot of people down there. Yellow One say he would, depending on how far away the day the show is. Hunt Down say now the bulldog keep, but yes, a show keep. King Long Swipe, what's going on with you, homie? Legion Fury 13 in the house. Yes, sir. If he can hold his weight up, Legion Fury say if he can hold his weight up. Now let's just say, we got the show, we're gonna call it, we got the shows, which is the confirmation shows, and we got the bulldog weight, like brother said earlier. All right, we talking bulldog weight. If this was Wild Wild West days, would you take that stud fee money when you got an 8-week keep in the Wild Wild West days? And I'm guessing brothers can still use the same answers that y'all gave If it yeah, one brother say a week out. If it's a weekend, if you about a weekend, you'll breed. Legion first say nope. Legion, I offer you $3,000 to stud that dog. I need 3,000. I mean, I give you 3,000, and I need to breed my female, man, because they only go in heat once every what 4 to 6 months. Some dogs go once a year. I need to breed this dog. That's why I say, man, we all can say we ain't gonna do it, and we might not, dog. We even though in the Wild West days, we might not. But if a brother come up to you and he really want that breeding to happen, and he kick out that bread, we all gonna think like, I ain't losing my dog. Only thing I gotta hope that this don't make him weak far as our show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now that's what I always heard. Now you don't breed them. You don't breed them when you was taking them out back then. Just like a boxer, just like a boxer. Or any type of person going into some physical combat. Street Rod say money talk. Now you ain't lying about that, dog, because you gotta look at how much you got on the show. Because if you got 2,000 on the show back then, and then you about to make a breeding for 2,000, man, look at that. Shit, we lose them still. You about to pay for that right now. Hey, now it's best to go ahead and get it before you get all them proteins and especially if you use the steroids back then. If you use the steroids and all that, you better do it before you start using all that stuff. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen. Now, the regular proteins like the RF1 fuel, I think Garner Cell and the Vertex, and used to be the Peak Performance back in the days. I used to love that Peak Performance, boy. But him and Garner was partners, for what Garner said. Him and Garner was partners, and they had a separation. Garner went with the RF1 fuel, and the man was still selling the Peak, but then he kind of disappeared. And then next thing I know, I found him on the internet, and I had to order some from overseas. It came from somewhere in Europe, somewhere like that. But I ordered a little jug of it. Peak Performance with the Rottweiler on the front. But you can get it. It had I want to say the Huskies on the front too. That was for the stride. Then they had the one with the puppies on the front. That was for your puppies. Then they had the one with the pregnant female on the front, and that was for your girl dogs or whatever. But yeah, that was pretty good. But I don't think that would hurt a breeding. But steroids, shoot, might better be careful. But it all depends on how much on the bank. How much on the bank? Doom, doom. Now, let me ask y'all something real quick, man. Bankroll, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, see, I'm reading the chat, my brothers. Oh yeah, this is all historical speaking. Like I always say, you could melt me and pull me on that shit. But I got a question, man. All right, we know we got the Jake Paul and the Tyson, the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight coming up. All right, you got half the world saying Tyson too old. You got half the world saying that he gonna hurt Jake Paul. Now, how y'all feel about that, as far as age wise? Fat Bill, salute to you. What's going on, my brother? How y'all feel about that, man, as far as age wise? And we're gonna compare this. We're gonna take this over to the dogs. You feel like Tyson a little too old for that, and Jake got an easy win, or will experience kick in? Bankroll. I don't know nothing about what Glenn got. You know, I'll drop the link though if you want to talk about it. South Carolina ain't do Glenn wrong. Whoever Glenn was dealing with did him wrong. Tyson all day. Now, let me show you how it's going. We're gonna switch this to the dogs real quick. You know what I'm saying? How do you think a 1.5-year-old dog fares against a 6.5 to 7-year-old dog back in the Wild Wild West days? See, I always felt like a dog that was 6, 7, especially if they haven't took any L's yet, 6.5, 7 years old. Man, you better have a bulldog if you're talking about a year and a half, and he gonna beat that dog. Because you're going against a lot of experience, especially if that dog pretty good, decent shape. 6 or 7, and he got all his hangers and everything, and he haven't took any L's yet. He don't have to be a grand champion. He just didn't have to take any L's, and he about 7 years old. Man, you had to have a bulldog. I know quite a few brothers that older dogs, but it's kind of hard to stop them dogs if with a dog that's they say Macho Buck at a year and a half was a grand champion, but you got to select a few out there, select a few dogs that could have did it. But with age come a lot of experience. Age come a lot of experience with them dogs. Now you might take that year and a half dog out there and run through a 3-year-old dog that got a win or two. But when he get on that 6.5, 7-year-old dog, that dog seen some shit. Unless he just coming off the damn chain for the first time back then. But 9 times out of 10, that dog seen some stuff. And even if he took one loss, that dog probably seen some stuff through his days. And when you put that little 1-year-old, 1.5-year-old on him, you could have been rolling him since he was 4 months old. And it still wouldn't equal up to the things that 7-year-old dog learned. And that's why I say because I'm a Tyson fan. I think Tyson gonna break that Joker jaw, crack his ribs up, and everything else in between. You know what I'm saying? Superline, North Florida. What's going on, big homie? George Smith, salute to you. Oh yeah, George Smith say muscle maturity also matters. Yeah, a lot of dogs don't mature until they get 2.5. Dogs still be growing, man. That's the only bad thing I say about some of these shows when it comes to certain things, because we want to compete in the shows. We want to get our dog looking the best they can look. But in actuality, we need to be feeding our dogs and making them kind of on a not fat but healthy side up until they stop growing. And then you'll get the full size dog of whatever that particular line of dog you got. We gotta say, if I'm gonna use myself, I got a dog that coming off of 55 pounds to 60-pound dogs, you know what I'm saying? But I'm putting them in my show, the confirmation shows and stuff like that from a young age. So I'm gonna be, trying to get them in shape around that year-old mark, that year and a half mark. His growth plates could still be open, and most likely they still will be open. But when I start putting them in them keeps, putting all that protein, different things and stuff in them, it kind of stops them, from getting this full, maturity, I guess. I ain't want to say that, but I had a dog before that I haven't did anything to outside of taking care of it, feed it good, and then we took it off the chain after it was 2 years old, and that dog was so strong. You know what I'm saying? So strong. And he been walked, but he wasn't like walked on a daily basis or nothing like that. Just walked enough to be used to the chain and the leash and all that. Yeah, man, I got Mike knocking him out. Tony, what's going on? Salute to you, my brother. I ain't gonna be here too long tonight, man. We're just kicking on a few pointers, and I'll drop the link in case any of them brothers want to get up here and talk about their dogs and stuff like that. And like I said at the beginning of the thing, you got South Bottom Kennels got the dog show next week. And big salute to the brothers that won all the other dog shows, the digital dog show. I'm not sure exactly who all won it, but big salute to who did win it. But South Bottom got a dog show next week that a lot of brothers been getting their dogs ready for. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers. So it's time, man. It's time. You got a week left. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. David Banner, what's going on, big homie? What's going on? Now you ain't late. You ain't too late, brother David Banner. I just I said I wasn't gonna be here too long tonight, but I always say that and end up being here for a little minute sometimes. I do want to say something to the Titan Kennel, you know, on some real shit, Titan. And I ain't apologizing for nothing I say about that Puma dogs and all that stuff like that. But I appreciate you not taking a lot of that stuff too serious, dog. When I'm joking about certain things, you know what I'm saying? Cause see, when you really bulldog back in the days, certain you could tell when folk are doggers or not, because some folk just take certain things too far, you know. And one thing I know about you, you trying to do positive things with your dog, and you trying to open lanes for other brothers to do positive things with their dogs. But when I say Puma ain't shit, that's how I feel, but that's competitive talk. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion, and that's competitive talk. It don't mean nothing illegal. When I say about smoking and all that, and the paperless champions and all that, I'm just messing with you, dog. And that's why I say when you're a real bulldogger from the past, that type of stuff don't bother you. You know what I'm saying? And I know you do positive things, you do the shows and all that type of stuff, and try to open the doors for the other brothers. So I just want to send you a shout out, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, for not taking stuff serious when I say certain things. And but I am serious when I say that brother wants you to take them pictures of that dog. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I just be fucking with you about your Puma stuff, man. Cause I see a lot of brothers out there got good Puma dogs scattered out through the country, especially down there in that Florida area. And just different parts of the South. I see a lot of Puma dogs look good, man. And some of them don't even come directly off Puma. They might be like a son of Puma or something like that, or whatever. But you know, you just got to be able to take competitive talk when it comes to these dogs, even when it comes to confirmation shows. When we switch over from doing the stuff we used to do to these confirmation shows, everybody not gonna be nice, man. Brothers coming in competitive. We put 8 weeks in. We ain't coming in here to be, yeah, we humble, but we coming in here to eat MCs, man. You know what I'm saying? When we done, it is what it is. We gonna parlay, we gonna have fun and all that type of stuff, But right now, we coming to eat MCs until this show's over. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. One thing about it, when it comes to these shows, man, I learn a lot from a lot of brothers. No matter how seasoned I thought I was before I start watching anybody's shows, I learn a lot of different things from a lot of brothers, even brothers who don't got channels. Brothers who be down in the chat might say this or might say that. I learned different things. You know what I'm saying? And I like I always say, whether I use it into my program or not, I heard it or I read it before. You know what I'm saying? So it's in my brain now, and I can always go back to it. It could be something about fleas. It could be something about when your dog gets sick and don't eat or something, and then somebody threw a comment down in the chat, or one of them brothers done spoke about it on their YouTube channel before. I ain't gonna sit here and say I ain't ever learned nothing from none of these brothers. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it, I just always, you know, say certain things when it comes to that back in the day stuff, because a lot of brothers voice their opinions and discredit brothers who did the same thing that the next brothers did, but because you don't know about it, you speak or discredit a brother. And it just is what it is, man. When it comes to these pit bulls, everybody gonna like what they gonna like. Everybody got to learn to have their own opinion. You can't be scared to have your own opinion. You can't be scared to voice your opinion. You can't be scared to stand out from the rest. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, if you're gonna make this everybody want to have the same thing, then eventually everybody have the same bloodline, the same kind of dog. It wasn't meant, the dog game wasn't meant for everybody to like the same kind of dogs, man. We all gonna have different kind of things that we like about dogs that some people like. You look at this picture of Mellow Yellow right here in my profile thing. Some people don't like dogs that ears that stand up. Even though her ears don't, she on at attention right now. Some people don't like the way the ears do on the other side. Everybody gonna like different things when it comes to these dogs. No, and we can never make nobody feel like they less important because they like something different than us. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like I always say, y'all brothers from this feminine generation gotta stop taking things so serious when brothers say F the line you like. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you talking to brothers who did this in my heart, in my brain, my actions. I know I can't do that anymore. But sometimes the verbal talk still slips up and be like, I'll be like, oh, fuck a Eli dog. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that Chinaman shit. Man, I'll run through that shit. In actuality, I ain't gonna go out there and run through it. But it's just the old talk. You know what I'm saying? Just the old talk. I ain't gonna go out there. Eli dogs might kick my ass in the confirmation show. You know what I'm saying? Might kick my ass. So that's why I got to be talking about far as, you know, but a lot of brothers can't take that competitive talk, man. Can't take it. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Like I said, man, let me drop that link again, man, because I ain't gonna be here too long tonight. But if any brother uh anything, promote anything. If you got a product you trying to promote, like a supplement or something, you can come up and promote your supplement tonight, right now, at this moment. Not no dogs. Can't promote the dogs, but you can promote everything else. Now you can promote your dogs down there. I ain't got nothing to do with y'all doing that chat down there. But I done told y'all about the dogs, I gotta, just protecting myself. And I don't know what no brother, and I ain't trying to ask a brother what he do with his dogs. I'm just trying to worry about what I do with mine, you know. And if you get up here and sell your dogs, and then somehow another got in trouble and that end up linking me back to something, I'm just trying to protect myself. Marcel Shepard, what's going on, big homie? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big salute to all the brothers down in the chat, all the sisters that's watching from afar. Big salute to my UK people, man. Holding it down. I ain't seen none of my UK people here tonight yet. But big salute to them, man. Holding it down. Uh, Now, Titan, I will say this though, Titan. You better start speaking up for me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to fit in with the crowd and sell some puppies when somebody talk about me and you want to fit in and say all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I ever came at you with was something somebody came at me with, and they said, "Oh, this what you was doing. If you weren't never doing it, then I would have never had to come at it." And I ain't truthfully, I never went at you hard as I could have come at you. You know what I'm saying? I can really go in the shutdown mode. You know, I go berserk and go in shutdown mode. You start calling them boys over here, look, trying to get me to stop. Can you get them to stop? But I ain't on that type of shit with you, dog. Like I said, I just be messing with you, man. When it comes to that Puma stuff, brothers just want to be treated equal, man. That's all. And brothers felt like you trying to play them like they wasn't equal. When I say equal, I mean equal as we all people, man. If I give you 1,500, if I give you 1,000, if I give you 500, 500 to me, maybe 5,000. Maybe five. If 500 is 5,000 for some people is what I'm trying to say. So everybody don't got $1,500. Everybody don't got 2,000, and we can say, oh, they don't need the dog. Okay, yeah, that's cool. But the brother who got 500 might do that dog better than the brother who giving you 2,000. 2,000 looking better in your pocket, but that brother who get that dog for 500, he gonna make it better for you in the long run because he gonna put that dog where it need to be at. And that's how we always miss them kind of people. We always miss them kind of people because if this brother ain't got enough, he can't afford it. Oh, he don't deserve the dog. Oh, he don't need it. But yeah, we give it to the one who can afford it, and the dog don't get where it's supposed to be at. But that brother who, had that 500, it's like a 5,000. That man got bills. That man got all kind of stuff he got to do. Everybody can't kick it out like that. Everybody ain't surviving off their dogs like that. But they like dogs. They might be into the dogs the same way we is, But different folks, different strokes, doing different things, man. And you got to play everybody equal. And when you tell a brother, "Oh, I can get your money," but no, you can't take a picture. That's where brothers had a misunderstanding at, and that's all it was, man. But far as your dogs, man, great dogs. Brothers got great dogs off of them. Every line of dogs produce curves, man. Every single line of dogs produce curves, box jumpers, and all that stuff. But I don't mind getting up here and tell you, mine don't. The lines I'm running don't do it like that. What I'm supposed to get up here and talk about curves? I mean, hell, that's why I'll tell y'all brothers, talk about your line. You always welcome to get up here and speak about your dog. But don't knock me because shit, I'm speaking about mine. Don't knock me because I'm speaking about mine, dog. Yes, sir, man. Big salute again and big shout out to all the dog lovers from one side of the world to the other side of the world. I ain't going yet. I'm about to freestyle this thing for a few minutes. You know, freestyle this thing for a few minutes. Hey, I want. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. I start to say something, man. I start to say something. Oh, I gotta hold it back. I gotta hold it back. Big shout out to them dog lovers, man. Oh, Nanny Dog, man. Nanny Dog. Nanny Dog, if you're out there, man, drop that. Get them that link, man. I gotta tell you something, dog. And if you don't get a link, I'm still gonna tell you right now. You know, do your thing, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them boys try to play you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them boys try to play you, dog. Live your life. What's going on with you? Yes, sir, man. Nanny dog, you a good dog. When it comes to dogs, man, you take care of them dogs. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, dog, don't let nobody try to play you. You know, when it comes to try to use your weak kindness for weakness, man. You know what I'm saying? Uh, do your thing, keep doing your thing. If you always want to jump on this channel, you can jump on this channel and talk about your blue ice bloodline. If you want to talk about your blue ice bloodline, because I got my own blood. George Smith got his blood. Fat Bill got his. Hunt Down got his. He ain't worried about that. Hey, you got yours. Gas and Gold got his. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we repping for everybody, man. If brothers doing the right things with these dogs and all the politics, I ain't really got nothing to do with it unless it's dog news. Myself, I get that from the news. It just is what it is. Yes, sir, man. I like to go back. I had now before I was Pelican BAy Kennels, I did have a dog. I might be told y'all about that damn red boy termite dog I had named San Quentin. That joker had hip dysplasia or something. Man. I don't know what was wrong with him. He had some funny shaped hips for back in them days. This was like probably late 90s. He was a pretty decent dog, but he wasn't that shit. He wasn't shit on Bolero or none of them dogs like that. He wasn't even 10% of them dogs. Tell you the truth, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. He was something we get drunk off of and drink. I don't drink beers, but back in them days, we talk a teenager. Them was the 40-ounce days for me. As far as like drinking 40 to be cool or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? As far as me, I ain't no drink. I never liked way liquor taste. I just went with that. But yeah, man, he wasn't shit. Wasn't shit at all. Legion Fury say he got a list of foods that would remove parasites from dogs' digestive tract. Oh yeah, you definitely can post them, Legion, man. Legion, post anything you want to post, Legion. Hey, King Long Swipe, I just dropped the link, man. You could have came up. I'll drop it again. I'll tell you can talk about your dogs if you want to. We ain't tripping on nothing like no particular subject you got to talk about. Hey, go ahead and post that, Legion, down in the chat or whatever you want to do. I'm about to drop the link though. That shit making some fool ass noise, boy. Flip Wilson, what's going on, family? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can all use some foods that'll help them parasites get up out of dogs' digestive tract. I always heard something about, well, we talk about worms and stuff or everything. I heard something about pumpkin seeds and stuff like that, but I don't know. I got one in the backyard want to be a wolf right now, but I'm on live and I can't go. I can't go check him. You know what I'm saying? Want to be a wolf? You already know what that means. You already know what that means. And that's what you don't want your yard to start doing, boy. Boy, you believe it, the whole neighborhood will start doing it. That one dog get that holler and shit. When them fire trucks and stuff are coming by, man, they get the holler. And then the next one start doing it. The next one start doing it. Bankroll said there's a lot of youngsters on here. I'm in my 50s and been doing this for a long time. Only if they knew about the caliber of dudes that are posted on here that done flipped back in the days, etc. Well, yeah, you never one thing about it, man, you never gonna know who on here far as posting and stuff like that. You just gotta always let brothers know that we're talking historical things. Um, you know, none of this stuff. We're not about doing none of this stuff today. Not about doing none of this stuff today. King Long Swipe, what's going on, brother? How you doing today?
What up?
Ain't too much. Ain't too much, man. What's going on with you?
I'm smoking some brisket for Mother's Day for my mom's.
Hey,
Right now getting the dual drop down barrel ready. Drinking a beer, about to smoke a cigarette. Went to go pick some
hey,
Myers lemons to throw in the water.
I hear you on
Hey,
that.
dude, I seen your videos. The last two uploads you uploaded like 2 days ago about what's a what's a pit bull and what's not a pit bull.
Yeah, yeah. How you
It's
feel about that?
that's good. That's super good. I really like it. Um,
Thanks, man. Thanks.
I had some questions if you don't mind me asking about that.
Oh no.
Actually, I wanted to hit you up on that line, but I wasn't feeling depressed and suicidal that day, so
Yeah, yeah. I got a regular number. You can get my regular number, man. I think you hit me up on a message, say what's my other number. And I
yeah,
never
that's
got
actually what I did.
yeah, I never got a chance to respond to you because you said what's the other number. I know you wanted my regular number, but
It's
I
all good.
got you.
I actually have been wanting to talk, but I got patience. Patience is a virtue. I learned it for I'm 4 decades in and a year up into this life, so
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've had to learn patience for a while. I was living on the streets for like 15 years in LA and Oregon, but I'm born
Mm.
and raised in LA and
Oh wow.
actually all over SoCal pretty much. My family was like some nomads, but born and raised in LA and then moved all over from Purdue all the way up now to this fucking high desert, which is probably like the worst place I've ever been to. But it's nice to not hear fucking sirens all the time, 24/7.
I bet you it is. I bet you it is. It's real hot out there right now.
No, actually, it's not. Last year, it was at 118 degrees during the summer. Right now, it's only just been hitting in the 80s. But see, it's a weird heat in Southern California. Southern California got this dry heat, so when it hits when it hits like triple digits, it's hotter than it feels. But at the same time, you can live through it. Like you could breathe. Like instead of I heard about Florida. I ain't never been to Florida, but I've been to Malaysia for a little bit, and I know what it feels like in the humid. It's like a monsoon type of humidity. It's actually really hard to breathe when you're out there. First time I actually ever experienced jumping in the ocean when it was 80, 90 degrees, and it felt like a fucking jacuzzi. I had to get out.
Mm.
That's how bad it was.
Ooh.
Out here in California, it's like it may only get up to 80 degrees during a really hot summer, but it's nothing like out there and shit. I don't know about Florida though. I don't know how hot the water gets out there.
Well, it don't get that hot. Like, well, I tell you what, it'll get hot like that in the summertime.
Oh, okay.
80 some maybe. But
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be hot as what you said just now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, Florida ever get triple digits?
Oh yeah, man. South Carolina get triple digits, buddy. We about to be in triple digits we be 110, 115, and we got a
South
high
is,
humidity.
is South Carolina's weather just like Florida? I mean, I know it's two different states. You kind of South Carolina's what, just above Florida, right?
Well, I'm on the beach, so I'm speaking kind of from the beach area, but
Okay.
it's still different than Florida. Florida got more of a breeze than we got.
Oh,
When Florida may be 100 degrees, they still have that breeze from the ocean because of how the state shape. You know,
oh wow.
our state only got one side what is beside the ocean, so it's more of like a cup, a cup of heat. You know what I'm saying? And it's wet. You go outside and be all sweaty and muggy at nighttime and stuff like that. You know you got a t-shirt on. It's nighttime and it's 90 some degrees. You know,
Yeah.
and and you sweating at night. You know, and it just Florida got more of a breeze on it.
All right.
But but yeah, man, what's some of the questions you wanted to ask me?
Um, about like the mixed breeds and shit. Because I've heard, I'm not sure if it's Gardner. There's somewhere out in Arizona where he sells APBTs, but he said it's like something in his sign. I remember seeing it on a video somewhere that somebody's doing dog history. Because I watch a lot of the dog history channels like RL Kennel and shit. Don't think I'm trying to promote people. I'm
No,
just
no, you good, bro. You good. If you want to send anybody shout out that you watch, you can go ahead and you do it anytime doing this, while you up here. I don't
Oh yeah, no, I'm not trying to shout people out on your channel and shit. I got respect like that. And I just wanted to uh, you know,
about none of that.
pick your brain on a mixed breed because, in all honesty, in California we got it kind of bad with American Pit Bull. Well, Pit Bulls, the whole umbrella. And I've grown up around true pit bulls, so I know what pit bulls are compared to these dumbass XL bullies and all that shit. You know, and uh, from California to Oregon. Oregon has some good people that have kept it true, clear and true, true blue shit. And I'm actually, I like two dogs. I like Siberian Huskies because I think they're one of the hardest working dogs in the world, and they've been bred supposedly for like 10,000 years.
And guess what? If you was over here in South Carolina, my cousin told me, well, I ain't talked to him in a week or so, but
Uh-huh.
last time I talked to him, he had, I think, 2 Siberian Huskies he was trying to get rid of.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, yeah, we got a bunch of Siberian Huskies out here, especially in this desert, like which
Oh,
they
okay.
shouldn't be at. Yeah, which they shouldn't be at. But there's so many in shelters that because Siberian Huskies purebreds will go for like 500 out here, but you can buy one at the shelter for like $10. That's what my mom got. But they're not really guard dogs. She got a female, so where I live out here, full of fucking tweakers and heroin addicts that are just thieves like a motherfucker, man. And so I actually had to go out and get some dogs that would protect the property and shit. Especially for my mom, because she's old, she barely walks. That's why I'm out here living with my mom while I'm 40, you know. So people want to laugh and shit, go ahead, but you know, she's the only thing I got left in my life. My dad died when I was 10 years old, so
I feel you
that's
on that,
the only
man.
thing I do.
I feel you
So
on that. Let me ask you this real quick. You ever
yeah.
thought about getting you a Belgian Malinois?
No, no, not at all. I really don't like those dogs. Even though
Okay,
that
okay.
they are hard workers, I just don't like them. I like a dog that, you know, Belgian Malinois just don't look good to me. You know,
Oh, oh yeah, oh yeah,
I like
oh
a
yeah.
good
I feel you.
looking dog. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I fell in love with Pitskis the first time I seen one. And
And what's that?
Pitskis is a American Pit Bull Terrier cross between Siberian Husky.
Okay, okay.
And if you want to know what they look like, just check my channel out, you know, because that's all I really be posting for my dogs. And I'm actually gonna be breeding them after the second year. My female bitch just turned a year old in March 14th, so I'm
What's your
trying to breed.
channel? What's your channel, bro? I didn't mean to cut you
King
off.
Long Swipe, homie.
Huh? King Lone Swipe. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. I got you.
And I have I got them all over from Southern California, and they're actually not, how I got them. They weren't bred on purpose. These were natural accidents. So people, you know, they were letting it go for a couple $100. You know, actually, the female bitch I had to spend 300 because the dude lived in um, Garden Grove, and I couldn't make it down there, so I paid him an extra 120 for him to drive it up here. Because I tried my hardest to get down there, even asked friends, pay for their gas and shit, but it wasn't happening. I realized, you know, I don't got that many friends, especially like loyal ones, except my dog.
Yep. That's what it seemed
My
like
mom
sometimes, don't it?
loyal to me, but I try to keep it, you know, real solid with her and stay as loyal as I can to her, even though I get into arguments with the old lady and shit.
Yeah.
She hit that age where it's like I'm not sure if it's on the verge of paranoid schizophrenia, but I hope not. You know, I hope fucking that shit don't happen to me. You know, for
Yeah.
genetics. I used to well, not used to. I still grow. I grow herbs, and I've been into the genetic game of trying to make new strains, and it actually takes years to make a really good solid strain. So I know what I'm looking for and everything. And the Pitskis I picked out were have more of the stronger genetics on the APBT.
Okay.
And a lot of people get the Pitskis with the ears up. That's more solid to stronger genetics of the Siberian Husky. That's not, you know, what I've been looking for, but I like the phenotype of the blue eyes. I've always wanted an American Pit Bull Terrier that has the rare green eyes, and those are so hard to fucking find, like
You,
super hard.
you probably got to
So,
get a red dog, a
well,
red
well,
maybe
I got a boy Cookie off of actually I'm probably gonna I'm
old
not trying
family
to put
red
his
stuff
face
got
up
them
on
green
here.
eyes.
Yeah, but I guess it depends on which line. I mean, I've never personally seen uh any red lines that had green eyes over here on my side, all the way up on the west coast from California to Oregon. But I've heard people talk about it. I wanted an all black one with green eyes. That was just the thing that I wanted in high school.
Oh, now that I don't know about that now.
Yeah, that's really
That
hard to find.
you might get a black one with blue eyes.
I got a black one with blue eyes. Yes.
Yeah,
His dad was actually a husky. So in all reality, I mean he's part of the Pitski, but he's really a husky bull. You know,
yeah.
if you want to break bull and female Siberian husky, which I got two of those. I got a male that is a true Pitski and a female that's a true Pitski, born from female Siberian Huskies and male American Pit Bull Terriers. And Cookie, he's got the golden brown eyes. And as a matter of fact, I got super lucky with him because he came from a game line and he's a black and white spotted dog. Like he kind of has like the Dalmatian coat almost in a sense.
Yeah.
Um, but he every time like I have to separate him from Ghost. See, Ghost came from a blue female, a blue nose, and I know how everybody feels about that, but genetically that's like a double recessive gene. And blues were being bred because of not just its rarity, but its temperamental state. That they're mostly very well mannered and and easygoing. Now, like when I first jumped into your chat, you were on your live. You were talking about uh, can anybody show me a blue nose that's game? And I've seen it, in other dog talks
Yeah.
uh, from old school people in the 80s and the 90s. The 90s really had especially the late 90s. The late
Mm,
90s really
mm.
had um, its popularity, even all the way up till now with blue nose,
Yeah. Yeah.
which are technically called seal coats, you know. Um, but I've heard blues, they end up changing. The older they get, they change into red coats later, which is strange to me, you know. Um, I have never seen that personally in my life with my own eyes, but I've heard old schoolers talk about that. And Richard Garcia, he's a legend, out here. And he said mixed breeds are athletically superior. And I can attest to what he said to that because Ghost, my blue-eyed black dog, he uh he was chasing a bird that was flying low out here on the hill, and it flew over this fucking 12-foot bush or tree, and I
Yeah.
watched Ghost chase this fucking bird down, and the bush was sitting on like a knuckle of a hill. So he jumped over the whole fucking tree. I couldn't believe it. I wish I got it on video. And he's only done it once. Um, he jumped over the whole tree and cleared the whole knuckle, maybe like 35 feet, 25 to 35 feet away, and landed solid. And I was just like, because I went up to the bush tree, and I was like, holy shit,
And
I just
what kind of dog was that? The Pitski?
Pitski, yeah.
Okay.
And
Now this one thing I gotta say about that
mhm.
particular thing when it come to mixing a dog out. I agree with that. But what I agree with is all the dogs mix don't make more athletic dogs. What makes more athletic dogs are pit bull mixes because we did too much inbreeding with these dogs, like I
Oh
was
yeah,
speaking about a while back. So when you got your Pitski gonna be more athletic than the average pit bull because you got a good out in it, got
yeah,
a whole different gene pool in it, and it's
yeah,
making the dogs healthier. They're gonna be stronger bones. They're gonna be more, more everything.
yeah.
But even though you might not have the same papers, ADBA papers, or this, that the next
Oh
brother
yeah, I
got,
got
but you're
no
gonna have,
paper.
yeah, you're gonna have a healthy dog, far as the kind of dog that you want, just to be your friend or whatever. And I agree with that, but I don't think you could take and mix any breed of dog because all dogs aren't screwed up the way pit bulls are screwed up breeding wise.
No,
Some
yeah,
dog,
I
you
agree
know,
with you. Sure.
you take some dogs that's real athletic. Let's say the greyhound, and then you mix it with something else. You're gonna take the athleticism from that dog. Most likely, if it's not a dog that's trying to like another hunting dog or something like that. Far as I'm talking the racing wise, the racing athleticism, not the drive, but the racing part. Like certain dogs gotta be, keep them purebred in order to keep that athleticism that they got. But I agree with that statement that when you mix a dog, but I think it's being looked at from the pit bull angle and not all other dogs because all other dogs haven't been inbred for hundreds of years like these pit bulls have.
Exactly.
Right now these pit bulls need anything. You can put anything in these dogs and get you a better litter of dogs. That's why the mutts never die. We don't have to worm them. When you have a dog just running straight, none of them dogs die because their immune system is so strong for not inbreeding 100 years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now you get a pit, anything you breed a pit to is either going to be two things. It's either going to be aggressive because you done put some aggression in it, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Or
that's actually from the inbreeding itself. the inbreeding because you're going against nature. I don't know if you've ever heard of a Mad Dog. Forget, I think his name is Mad Dog Mike. He explains the inbreeding very well on that.
Oh
And
yeah,
it
oh yeah. Now, see, it's just certain dogs that you can automatically add to a breed that make them aggressive. Like, okay, boom, I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, the Malinois. If I could take that Malinois and add it to a dog that's not aggressive and it's gonna be an aggressive dog, a more aggressive dog. I could take a dog, you could add certain breeds to get that aggression that has nothing to do with the breed in itself. But pit bulls, their weakness, when we have litters that we want to keep so bad, and this is our favorite breeding we ever made, and we can't keep the puppies to live because all the brothers that did the breeding years before you got that dog. Now
yeah,
the dog immune system so weak that the puppies won't live. We don't know nothing about none of this stuff because we just bought dog. The dog look healthy and all that type of stuff, but the dog really got a weak gene pool, a weak immune system. So now the puppies come out, they don't even live past a week. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the mutts, what we call mutts, running around here, and they go have the dogs up under the doghouse, in the woods, up under the shed. 4 weeks from now, you see a whole healthy little puppies running around following the mama dog. No shots, no nothing, no none of that.
yeah,
Ain't been worm yet, no nothing. They probably full of worms, but they still living. Our dogs catch the worms and something like worms, take them out because they
right.
hit it. They at the point where they like, when they were saying people catch COVID and you already got underlying problems, it's easier for you to get sicker and die. It's like that with the pits. It's like you start off, the pit bulls these days start off with a problem. You know, we've been inbred too long. So we have to take more precautions with our dogs. When it's, the inbreeding part come in when you got the females who don't take care of their dogs, the females who want to be aggressive and kill their puppies. All that coming from the inbreeding and stuff like that. And
Right.
and the bad genetic traits and stuff. But you know, um, I agree, man, especially with the pit bull. The pit bull, even though we got the bully breeds and stuff like that, and the pocket pits and stuff, it's a lot of other breeds that really haven't become designer breeds yet.
Hmm.
But I can see them becoming designer breeds in the future if they cross the pit bull with them and they do the right breedings.
Right.
They're gonna make some good looking dogs and they're gonna be healthy because
Right.
eventually the future gonna take over. Eventually, everything updating itself, everything going all that old stuff gonna be the past, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're gonna be doing what you gotta do to keep up. And like I
I,
said before, I seen a dog, bro. I ain't sure what kind of pit bull cross it was, but it had like the like your schnauzer beard on the pit bull body. And it had like schnauzer beard. It had a little bit of hair around the leg, just a tad bit of hair around the leg, but it had the low skin, the little no tight skin. I ain't sure what it was though. Now
right.
he look like he got blue eyes, but
That's my
that
bitch.
could be the
That's my bitch pancakes. Blueberry pumpkin pancakes. Got her on a Saturday, so she's a Saturday surprise.
Hey, now I ain't gonna lie. Now
Woo.
you might have to find you a dog that just breed that make green eyes, and then do selective breeding with your dog.
Yeah. Well, I
I'm
was
quite.
gonna do line breeding, and then I was gonna tighten up. I was gonna tighten up
She got some pretty blue
blood,
eyes.
and I was gonna inbreed them so they actually become something other than a designer dog because these are considered designer dogs. This
Yeah,
cookie,
yeah, yeah.
cookie. Whoa,
Oh
whoa,
shit.
chill out.
Oh, cook,
Cookie
cook.
came out from the red nose, like I was saying, but he's the game. He actually has game in him, and she has a high prey drive. I actually have to keep her away from kids because she's actually tried to chase after young children, and so is Cookie. But not on when I take
Yeah,
them. Not on when I take them skateboarding, like because I'm doing urban mushing. That's how I work my dogs out.
yeah.
Weigh about 165 pounds, so you know the um the resistance of me on a long skateboard, it's a good weight pool, and I run them about 3 miles, every other day. I try to do it
So
every day. But,
how much you say? What's the max you say you think they get that breed of dog?
so Cookie is his chain weight. I've been trying to condition him sometimes, but in all reality, um, I would rather just keep him at his chain weight, which is 63 pounds. She is
Okay.
is I think almost pushing 70. She was big when I got her. I got her when she was 8 months old, and
Yeah.
I was really when I saw the pictures of her because I found her on Craigslist. Um, uh, I wanted her. I was hoping, she was still gonna be a puppy, like a small, cute puppy. But no, I got her when she was big, and I was like, holy fuck! I wasn't expecting her to be that big with her paws and shit.
Yeah.
And
Now, how active? Like, do you see a increase in activity when the cross is made?
yeah, actually, as I was saying, athletically superior. Yes, she dominates Ghost in play fighting. Well, when they just play around, you know. I don't know if I can consider it play fighting because it's not really fighting, but I gotta
Yeah.
keep I gotta keep Cookie away from Ghost because all he wants to do is hit, like really. And the last time they got into a fight, it was actually pretty bad. He put because he hasn't been hanging on to anything. See, Cookie, he's really hard to even just play with me and him, like say like uh, uh, tug of war with rope. Cookie bit my neck, and thank God he did not fucking hang on because I wouldn't be here speaking with y'all.
Mm,
And
mm, mm, mm. Now let me
yeah,
ask you something. Let me ask you something real quick.
yeah.
Did he bite your neck, trying to bite your neck, or was he playing and your neck got in the way?
No, he jumped up. I went to go pick up the rope when I threw it, like I tossed it to him, and it went over his head, and he just wasn't having it. And I went to go pick up the rope, and he fucking went up and jumped at me. And he's done that before, not to my neck, but to my hands, because he doesn't like water. He really does not like water at all. Like I've been trying. I want to teach my dogs how to swim. I haven't been able to do that yet. But I wanted to ease him into it. But yeah, that was Cookie bit my neck when he was like 2, maybe 3 years old. A couple years ago. He's now just about to be turning 6 in August. So this was definitely like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
But
just be careful with it. Be careful. Always stay
oh
on
yeah,
point. Stay on point with him, man.
he knew he fucked up because after he bit my neck, I really didn't say anything. I just kind of grabbed my neck, went to the bathroom, and was washing that shit off. He went to the corner of the backyard and just chilled. Like he knew just to fucking stay away. And it's but he sleeps with me. Like he sleeps in my bed. Like I don't have to worry anymore.
Yeah.
About him. But after that, I kind of like looked at him a little different. But I love him. I don't care if he bit me. When I'm breaking up the fight between him and Ghost, I get bit, and I'm not worried about that shit. Like
Yeah.
if you're afraid to get bit breeding dogs, you probably shouldn't fucking be doing that. Or even having dogs. But I wasn't looking at breeding them to be what it is to make money. I just wanted my boys to have a legacy. Because I didn't chop their balls off, and I'm never going to. And that was another thing you said on that video, that it definitely changes them. And I've realized that growing up with dogs all my life, when my mom would get uh, dogs neutered or spayed, it takes their soul, their drive away. They're a whole different
Yep.
dog.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes the same with humans. My older brother, he got a vasectomy, and he's never been the same ever. And we've got I don't even talk to him anymore because he's a fucking hater. But I told him straight up, I was like, you ain't a man because you can't keep your word, and you don't have your balls anymore. And that was the last thing I said to him, because my older brother, has done me dirty, and he's like my closest. He's somebody I looked up to as my hero when I was a kid, especially after my dad died. But he used to give me Charlie horses and shit. Fucking hit my legs. To toughen me up, I guess, that tough love type of shit. But um, and this is when I was a kid. This is before I was 10 years old, when my dad was still alive. My parents really did nothing about that shit. And one day I went after my brother with a baseball bat, and then my fucking dad saw that, grabbed the baseball bat, and whooped my fucking ass. And I never did that shit since. But last argument I got in with my brother, he got real violent with me, and he's like used to be a bodybuilder, and he was a boxer too. So I know that I'm not gonna end up beating my brother's ass, but I told him straight up. I showed him bullets. I was like, "You ever threaten my life again, I'm gonna fucking shoot you." And I said this shit in front of my mom. And you know, because at that age when it happened, I was like 36, 37, and I'm just not taking no more shit from him. Like you better respect me as a man instead of trying to think that I'm like some fucking child or kid. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't deal with it no more. So
Now,
it's
now
kind
let
of
me
just
ask you
left at
this.
that.
Let me ask you this now. Now I know you love them. I know you love them, but when would you say is too far if he attack you? I don't know the geography where you stay at. You may
You talking
need
about my brother or my dog?
the dog. The dog.
Yeah, my Cookie won't attack me no more. That's it. The last thing he ever attacked me was at my. It wasn't even an attack. It was kind of like an accident. He realized he fucked up,
And he
and
knew he fucked up. He knew he fucked up.
yeah, he knew he fucked up, and I didn't scold him or anything. I just let him like I just let him sit and marinate with that shit in the corner where he just chilled at and got away from me because I pointed for him to go away while I grabbed my neck,
Yeah.
and attended to my neck, went to the shower, wetted a towel and shit. I got pictures of the scars. I threw that shit up on my Facebook profile. And people were making comments, but I didn't, I really didn't want to let the world know that my dog did that. They actually thought like a female girlfriend did that to me or something.
Yeah.
And
You got please be
really,
careful. Please be careful with that dog, man. You
yeah.
know. Yeah, be careful with him.
And I really never wanted to tell anybody this. You're actually the first person I told, this, other than obviously my mom knows what's up, but um, just because of how pit bulls get that that fucking that bullshit on 'em. It's a whole different scenario. Like, I don't want to add to the stigma, the static that's already in the world about that shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I feel you on that.
And but yeah, it's not like it's a maybe it's uncommon. I mean, I haven't seen another dog do that before, but Cookie obviously came from a highly inbred line, and that's why the dude had an out. And I think Cookie was purposely an out, but the guy that I got him from, because Cookie was originally my girlfriend's dog. Like my girl wanted to get a puppy since I got Ghost, and Cookie was $20. You couldn't really beat that. twenty
Yeah.
dollars, and she actually didn't take care of him for the first year. She didn't like Cookie always licking himself when he laid next to the couch. He lived in the hood in the jungles of Los Angeles for his whole first year of his life, and I would come over and visit. And him and Ghost used to get along within their first year as puppies. I got like some videos on that I kept to myself. But after he turned a year, all he wanted to do was just hit like every fucking time. So I got to keep them separated. I don't got enough money, so like I got uh, a pallet over there as the barrier that does pretty does its job. But I would rather have like a solid metal fucking gate and a doorway to actually you know make sure it's gonna keep them straight. Because Ghost will just jump over that shit. He'll jump over this fucking. Ghost has jumped over this picket fence plenty of times to go run around. And since he's black in the night and there's a bunch of cars that drive in this small little town ass city, my worst fear is him getting run over. Because
Yeah. Yeah.
I got Ghost. I got Ghost when I was living on the streets, and I was actually so down and out from losing and watching everybody else win, being scammers and shit around my life, and all I wanted to do was good. And I just couldn't get myself to be on that level with other people that were scamming and shit. So I was on the verge of blowing my brains out or robbing old ladies, and I just couldn't do that. So I recognized my brother when he was living out on his own in his van, he got this dog that was like a Borbell, or I forget what it is, and then it's not it. Well, it's not an African Borbell. It was kind of like, we all really don't know what Duke's bloodline was, but he was a good dog, and he was always good to me when I was a kid, and I just I looked at that as that's what got my brother straight, and it gave him responsibility because my brother, all he wanted to do all his life was become a surfer bum. He surfs. He used to surf for his living. I used to snowboard for my living, and I tried to go professional in that way. I grew up skateboarding, surfing, and snowboarding, but snowboarding is like my love. And why I got the Pitski when I first seen him is because Siberian Huskies always looked really, really good to me, you know. And
Mhm.
they pulled sleds hard. They're the hardest working dog I know, other than American Pit Bull Terriers. So my two favorite dogs are APBT and Siberian Husky, and I didn't know that they made that dog as a designer dog, especially when people were really like into making that designer dog. So the dogs that I have are just uh, natural accidents. Like, they didn't mean for that to happen, but there are Pitskis out there that will sell up to 2 grand, and they're breeding them specifically as F1s, first Spinos, um, and they're doing it for the looks. And I didn't get it as that. Socrates in the chat said the hardest or the most inbred dog in the world is American Pit Bull Terrier. You're forgetting about Siberian Huskies. And I would love if people were to actually research about Siberian Huskies, because they've been bred for, when I looked them up and did research, Wikipedia said 10,000 years. Now scientists say, civilization has only lasted 4,000, but it keeps on going up. Like, I keep reading articles about, archaeologists finding shit from 20,000 years ago and shit like that. So,
He was talking about inbreeding, right? Or breeding. He was saying inbreeding, right? Or breeding in general.
uh, I'm not. What do you mean by that? Like, which one?
What he was saying, the pit bull was the most inbred dog in in the world, or he was saying it was the most bred dog, or what?
Um, the most. I'm trying to find the comment. What did you say about that, Socrates? Because I was trying to talk about that. You said it earlier in the chat, but we were all in that conversation, so I didn't make it a point to really interject on that, because you were saying some good things, and
Oh, you
but I
good, man?
definitely want to touch back on that. Is that the most? I think is the most inbred dog. I think is what he was saying. And Bruce Banner's losing brain cells. That's all good, bro. Everybody loses brain cells. They regrow back. Don't worry about that, man.
Socrates, brother Socrates said pit bulls are the only dogs in the world with green eyes.
I probably would believe so, but I don't think that's what
I know them old family reds that brother got on Facebook got green eyes. I can't remember the kennel name. It's like Israel or something like that. But he have them old family red dogs with the ears clipped and they be built muscular and they have green eyes. That's why I was talking about a little earlier. You gotta get you one of them old family reds like he got. You had to see it on Facebook. He got the red dogs with the green eyes, yellow eyes, and they got muscles, dark red color. The old family red looking dog.
yeah, but those dogs are easily selling for 1,000 minimum.
I
I never had
mean,
a couple money
yeah,
on those dogs like that. I
yeah,
was
you
just
might.
happy enough to even get a dog when I was on the streets, to get, my life straight and have some responsibility to feed something other than myself, because I really was looking at blowing my brains out.
That ain't never the way out.
Yeah, no, no, no. You just kind of get sick and tired of eating shit on the end of the stick, so to say, like always losing while everybody you see around you is winning.
Man,
So,
everybody, you know how that's gonna be, man. You just everybody go through ups. Even if it might be look like they're winning to you, looking from the outside in,
well,
but
they're definitely winning
when
before
they get
me.
home, huh?
They weren't living on the streets. Ain't nobody that I know around me lived on the streets for 15 years and slept on the concrete. And I really mean that, you know. And
Yeah,
I'm glad I lasted this long, anyways, because a lot of people would have just killed themselves, especially out in the city and shit, having to deal. Like I live in gangland, of America,
yeah,
and that's just what it is. And so she never took care of Cookie, my ex, and so I just took it over. She actually wanted to give him away, and I was like, no, you can't do that. I've been around this dog since he was a puppy, since 8 weeks old, and so I rather, when I first seen him as a puppy, he looked at me with his big old brown eyes, and I was just like, I fell in love with him. But I couldn't really do anything because it was my chick's dog at the time. But since she left and never came back for him, she abandoned him while I just took over.
yeah.
And I've had him ever since.
How old you say it is now? One
He's
of them
about to be
7.
he's about to be 6 in August, so he's 5 right now.
Mm.
She just turned a year. But Pitskis, they're kind of rare in the world. I did some history on Pitskis, and there was a story being said that in the late 60s, early 70s, they came up about from Puerto Rico, and that was the first time that it was documented about a Pitski being seen. And I just fell in love with these dogs when I first seen them in the early 2000s. I believe it was like 2007, 2006 or 2007, and I didn't end up getting them until 2018, and that's because I wanted to go back into snowboarding. I needed a dog that, you know if if it had to protect me, it was going to be, a good dog, a warrior, but I don't think American Pit Bull Terriers can last in the snow. If I wanted to go snowboarding, I can't just, have my dog wearing sweatshirts all the time. So I really dug that their hair is just a little thicker than the short haired that they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, no worries, legions. I ain't never gonna give up on myself. If my mom dies, though, it might be thought about again. But in all reality,
Like I say, man, you get both my numbers. You know what I'm saying? You get both my numbers, dog. And Street Rossi said he have a question. When it comes to working in a competition, where do you see the Presser Canary selling in the dog sport? Well,
uh,
I do know Street Rossi, the Presser Canary. I seen one in the Schutzen competition where they had it running up and down the field, sitting, staying, attacking, running around the tents and stuff like that. Uh, I mean, it's kind of a when I say rare, I mean I know a brother like don't stay too far from me that got a Presser Canary kennel or whatever. A few brothers. One of the matter of fact, the brother that introduced me to the car that had Crossroad, from when I tell you about Crossroad had Toe Jam dog, uh that brother got a Presser Canary kennel. You know,
this is for sure man attackers. Like those are for sure man stopping dogs. Like you
oh
got to
yeah,
really
oh yeah.
game and train them super well, because those I was skateboarding and almost got attacked going to college by my neighbor's Pressa Canary.
Now see, when it comes to skateboards, see, all right, you ever notice when the brothers doing all the protection training, anything, they running side to side. When you run side to side, it makes a dog chase after you. You know what I'm saying? So when skateboards, I've been bit by my own dog. Not I was riding a skateboard, I had Marino with me. He start pulling me. He start pulling me. I was on the skateboard. He went from running in front of me to running beside me, and then he grabbed my pants leg. You know, but I knew it came from the skateboard. Riding on the skateboard and the bicycle. Like he don't have no problems with that, but it's just you know
But
the Preston Canary does have to be. You got to make sure you got some discipline in them because what we see. We're gonna say the history of them, but what we see on the news. You know what I'm saying? But I took a bite from one in the bite suit. We all know they can do that. Like you said, they bred for be man stoppers. They probably used them in the military overseas back in the days.
yeah, well, the
Um,
Spaniards used them as soldiers, warrior dogs. They are. That's just what they are. You know.
yeah, they big dogs now when they get full size. But I seen brothers do the same thing with them, far as they're intelligent wise. They just as intelligent as the rest of them working dogs. They can do the spins, the flips, you know, and it's all about far as the athleticism. Taking that dog out as a puppy and letting them socializing them. Don't have him where he want to attack everybody. You kind of want to make him forget that he got that trait, unless you training them for that type of stuff. But if you're just trying to train them and trying to keep them in your environment, you're gonna have to socialize that dog. That's one dog you're gonna have to socialize. You may not socialize your pit bull, but that Pressy, I would not suggest you to leave him on a chain in a city area without socializing him if you're not gonna do no kind of training with him. At least because that dog naturally could probably be aggressive, and you know, them ain't the kind of dogs you want to get loose and run through the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
where
most
where a
definitely
pit
not.
bull, where a pit bull, a pit bull may chase somebody and it may not chase somebody. Pit bull may run to another dog that's in the neighborhood, or might get hold of somebody's dog. But them kind of dogs you have to really be on your A game with. And the brothers and sisters that I seen, like I said, I seen some in the shuts and shows. They came in there with their A game. Them dogs were sliding all across the field just like the German Shepherds was, stopping on point, grabbing the sleeve, letting the sleeve go when they calling for the outs and all that. You know, um, it just working that dog, man, just like any other one. But you got you a big one, Rossi. That's the only difference between them and the pit bull. You got a dog that's more human aggressive for one, and you got a bigger body dog. So you just got to be on your A game with them. Same thing I tell brother King Long thing. You gotta be on your A game with him, dog. With Marino, I love Marino, my Malawa. But if he ever growl at me, I done been bit by him before in practice and training. We've been using the sleeve, and he grabbed my arm. He grabbed my arm, thinking it's the sleeve. I take that as part of training. But if I ever go up to him, and he growl at me. He on his way out the door. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing no dog growling at me for food, for none of that. I'm trying to control him growling at anybody, like the people that unless he need to be barking at somebody in the yard or something that don't need to be there. But it's just like I live in the city myself. So, we have kids walking around, we have all type of things. You know what I'm saying? So I really want my dogs as less aggressive as possible, far as you know, unless they're protecting the yard, you know. And like I said, it's different places, man. You might be in an area where you need certain kind of dogs. But you know, the Preston Canary, do your thing with them, Street Rossi. Show us what you do with them by time they turn a year old. Show us how them things working. You get up there, give us a Canary show. I know a few brothers with them though. Matter of fact, I got a homeboy with one. No, he got a cane Corso. He got a cane Corso. But I got a few brothers with them Preston Canaries. One of my old videos, I was taking that bite from that buckskin Preston Canary. And he was probably about 80, he probably about 70 pounds, about like a 70-pound pit bull. He was a small Preston Canary. He was a short one. He looked like a big pit bull. But yeah,
Yeah, I
man,
was learned
I
about
don't,
Preston.
I,
You
I
ever
don't
seen
play
the
that.
movie Sandlot?
Sandlot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that back in the days. Yep.
Yeah, that was oppressive. That's when I first learned about them. They're like considered monster pits, like the bigger pit bulls. But they're their own thing. When somebody told me that they are considered monster pits, they really didn't know what they were talking about. They were just hearing, street rumors, street talk bullshit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, like I was saying about my Malinois. And that's why I always tell brothers, play with your dog food bowls while they're young. I go at my dog right now and I stick my hand in his food bowl while he eating and he ain't gonna growl at me. I do not play that growling shit. I don't want my dog, from the day he born, I'm playing with him in their food bowls and stuff like that. I don't want them fighting over no food. I don't want them growling over. I'm just talking about me myself. I don't want them growling over the food because it prevents accidents from happening. You have a little kid that wander next to that dog when when you have them growling over certain things, they get bit because kids don't understand certain things, when it comes to what this dog will actually bite you over and what he want to play over. See, when it comes to the Malinois, I never seen them. Every dog is different. Every body dog is different, but I never seen them growl at me like, growl at me like he gonna bite me. Now, like I said, I always got bit. And I know if a little kid go grab his toy, I don't let a little kid grab that toy because he not gonna bite them. He gonna go at the toy, but because they're not professional with dealing with these kind of dogs, they'll get bit and it'll take it a different kind of way. See, that's a different kind of biting because these dogs, working dogs, and they go at certain toys. You can't pick a working shepherd or a Rottweiler or a Doberman Pinscher ball or little little tongue toy up without thinking they're not gonna chase it. And when they chase it, you got to be swift with your motion. You got to move. Because I got bit a couple times, and that's in training. My dog never growled at me before, and that's a different kind of growl, it's a different kind of emotion. You got to be. That's why I say be careful with that because when a dog growl at you like that, believe me, he see that you don't step no further. He see that you bow down. He see that you submit to that growl. Whether he do it today or do it tomorrow. He know if he want to really make you submit, that he could do that growl again. And just like we said a few weeks back, do dogs remember things? You know, they remember the same way. I trained Mellow Yellow for 3 or 4 things. My pit bull that's up here on my profile. I trained her for 3 or 4 things when she was 8 weeks old, and now she's about 2 years old. I'm just starting her back. I'm, I'm just starting her back with the same training I was doing from 8 weeks, but she catch on like instantly because she remember that whole 2 years, you know. And dogs remember things, man, and a growl at you is always a bad sign. You know what I'm saying? It's always I'm talking about a real growl. You know what? I got bit. Well, a pit bull wouldn't let my hand go like I was explaining a few weeks ago. But I didn't blame that pit. I blame me for sticking my thumb where that pit bull was trying to grab that rope at. He never once growled at me when I got him loose. When I got him loose, he never growled at me, right? you know. So I never fought that pit bull. I took the blame for that too because I made the wrong move, and it happens. I fought him for not letting go when I say let me go, and he still want to hold it. But at the end of the day, it was what it was. But when a dog growl at you, bro, really be careful, man, because I'm talking about if he growl at you and then okay, say I'm going to pick my dog toy up off the ground. And he start growling at me, and he kind of raised his lip up a little bit, and I back up off the toy. He know he just made me submit. You know, he know he just made me submit, and you just got to be careful, man, because that's when you mixing these dogs. That's where that type of stuff come in at. See, that's the only thing about it. Yeah, you get a healthy dog, but you get things that happen that dogs wouldn't normally do. But I'm gonna say it like this: sometimes we see these things in these puppies and we let it keep going. We let it keep going. We let bad habits turn into just habits. You know what I'm saying? Where they're gonna do it. So it might have been a time where some people like to pick at their dogs with food when they puppies and make them growl over food and grab them and all that stuff like that. And then next thing you know, he thinking he doing something he was raised to do. you know. And like you said, he went to the back of the yard when he did you like that because he know he did wrong. But if he would have hit you hard enough, it would have been too late to be feeling sad. You know, you'd about that bleeding, and you know what I'm saying. He'd have been like, "Oh,
Probably.
I feel." He'd be like, "Oh, I feel bad. I wasn't supposed to do that." But you know, it's just sometimes, especially when a dog growling for real, it'll take but one bite. You know what I'm saying, and then it's too late. You know, but one thing about it, when we love these dogs, man, we'll go out for them to the end, you know, and we'll take things from them we wouldn't take from normally from anything else.
Yeah, most definitely. When I first seen Cookie, my chick was holding him, cause she went out to Lancaster to go pick him up, and I was patting him on his nose, just give him a little taps. He bit my finger, my hand actually. For at 8 weeks old, I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit, it actually made my hand bleed. He gave it a good hard bite. That was it. Like he didn't hang on or anything. And I was like, oh damn. And I really till this day, I kind of, maybe I shouldn't have had my chick at that time go pick up Cookie, because she didn't really ever have a dog in her life. She just wanted one,
Yeah,
you know. And so when he was over licking himself, and wouldn't stop for like a half an hour when he was a puppy, she'd kick him. So he grew up just in a bad scenario. I wasn't there 24/7 to watch over, and tell her you shouldn't be doing that and to stop doing that because um that's really not my dog. She had to
hmm,
learn and stuff, but um before she ended up leaving, because I was actually trying to build a life together with her. She chose video games over her dog and me. Just some bullshit fucking too young to understand life, I guess. And she was like 23, still not matured enough, you know.
yeah, yeah.
And so that's why I think Cookie kind of is a little fucked up from
Oh
that.
yeah,
You know?
it'll do it, man. It'll do it when you start, you know, especially at these young ages and stuff. We make a lot of dogs don't be spooked. We turn them spook, and we bring certain things out in these dogs when we do certain things. And not even talking about your dogs, I'm just talking about dogs in general. So many different characteristics can be brought out in these dogs at a young age that's not desirable. You know what I'm saying? That you don't really want. Even with full-blooded pit bulls, you can do so many different things at a young age, you know, and you can make that dog into such a great dog at the same time at a young age, you know, and just put all them good habits in them. And you know, that dog just probably, you know, had been through certain things in his life or her life where, you know, they feel protective at times.
Yeah.
But you know, they make a lot of things. They make shock collars. You know, you may not have ever used something like that. They make all different things, man. But at the end of the day, all we can all try to do is be safe. You know what I'm saying, with these dogs. Try to all be positive. Try to
I
all
actually
coach each other.
I actually bought a shot collar for Cookie, especially because he's already killed 4 cats, but he's growing up with the cats that we have since he was a puppy. That I brought to this house when I got off the streets and came, to come live with my mom's to make sure that because she's told me that she's fallen down and she's got bad knees, so I don't want to see her, you know, her going out in life from or breaking her hip, from fucking not having somebody there. And I'll definitely never put my mom in a convalescent home or a nursing home, especially with all the horror stories I've been hearing, consistently that these nurses are fucking up old people. That's some real shit too. And so yeah, I'll never let that shit happen. So I kind of just, in all reality, I would have rather instead of sometimes getting in an argument with my mom. I would have rather been just living on the streets and made my own way. But I can't I can't just keep my dog on the streets and living inside a SUV for me to get ready and get my life back on my feet. Um, so I thought, it was a better idea because that's what I was really getting. Other than the dogs to, other than Ghost to, get my life straight and be responsible, being able to feed feed something else other than me and have a best friend at the same time. Something that's not going to argue back or put me down.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely know what you're talking about. Yes, sir.
I
Big
also wanted
salute to
them.
them brothers in the chat, man. Big salute to the brothers in the chat. What you about to say? What you about to say, King Lone's White?
I also wanted them to protect the backyard, the property that my mom had, so she would have felt safe because there's been like daytime robberies and stuff over here. And
Man, y'all better get y'all some Belgian Malinois.
oh yeah, that
You
Belgians,
don't you
you
don't
got to
like
be
them or
used
some
to that.
German shepherds. Get some German shepherds.
Yeah, no, I just never really liked those dogs. In all reality, I never really did.
Oh yeah.
Always liked American Pit Bull Terriers and Siberian Huskies. So when I found out they made a designer dog like that, I immediately fell in love. I was like, holy shit! Now I got two best of the both worlds that I love all in one dog. And those are F1s. That was like another thing I was trying to touch on is for me uh growing up growing cannabis and learning the phenotypes and the traits of to breed it, to make a new strain that the world has never seen. In all reality, the half and half is a F1. So when I breed my dogs that are all F1s and put them together, I'm closer to the step of making an F2 because nobody in the world right now, no one in the world right now has F2 Pitski. And so I'm going to be the first one in the world to do it, at least, because all the Pitskis that I've ever seen, and especially the really good looking ones that go for like 2 grand, are all just F1s. They're not F2s. And uh, I'm stepping into territory on. I've never bred dogs in my life. This is like the first time, that I'm going to be doing it when she turns 2, hopefully. Hopefully, no complications happen after. She just had a phantom pregnancy, which I read about, and that kind of scared me because it can actually hurt her in the. She could actually end up dying if you don't look after it right. So like if her I forget the technical name of it, but her nipples fill up with milk. The what is it called? The something it's called something sacks fills up with milk. Those could the milk, if it's not drained or because naturally the body will re-eat it, but if
Yeah.
it doesn't, then it can go into necrosis. And so I
Mm.
had to watch her last month and give her a diet on the food because she'll eat 4 cups of food for the day. And
Dang.
so I had to cut back on the food and then exercise her double, which, like 3 to 4 miles, and to make sure that it lessens the chance of something bad happening in the phantom pregnancy, and which I didn't know because they didn't, it didn't. I kept the boys away from her, I separated them, but the little play is just enough to start a phantom pregnancy. Even if they don't lock up, even if the male dog, doesn't get his shit in, and it's just enough for her body to think that she's pregnant, and that's how phantom pregnancies happen. And so
Yes, sir.
that I found out, is it's a deadly thing. It can be very deadly.
Oh
too.
yeah.
And
So we got a few seconds left, man. I want you to tell the people what you want them to know about a Pitski. They don't know about it. That before they get one. Or
getting
so
actually really popular. A lot of people looking to buy them. I didn't realize that until I was reading comments about other Pitskis and shit, and people just want them. So I thought, hey, what a good way
should
to
they are they kid friendly? Are they
Ghost.
good around
Ghost
kids?
definitely is. Ghost, my first Pitski.
So them your only
Kid.
Pitskis you ever dealt with right there? Far
Yeah,
as
absolutely,
okay.
absolutely. The first Pitski I actually met when I first heard about him, he was a solid gentleman. He was a good dog. He the eyes were just it's like when you look into those blue eyes, man, it kind of just stares you right through your soul. So they just, I don't know, it's just been something that I haven't seen before, and I was like, holy shit, like this is a good looking dog, all around dog.
Oh
And
yeah, oh yeah.
yeah, it's just something new. They're actually really rare in the world, and they haven't been made anywhere else in the world other than basically America. Puerto Rico is part of America, so um,
Okay.
that's another good thing. I've I know the stigma and the static against American pit bulls, the umbrella, and I feel all about preserving them, even though I don't have the 100%. I feel like I'm still kind of doing my part in its own, setting and situation.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think putting two hardworking dogs together is going to create um, something brand new. Like that
Oh yeah.
outcrossing is good.
You
It
probably gonna
really,
need to you probably gonna need to take them puppies and see how they turn out. Cause see, if especially when you saying you just start on that breed, um, for the far as the people you sell them to, the kind of people you gonna sell them to. If they're not good with kids, or if they're not good with strangers, or you got to be able to explain certain things to people when they come by. And it's like the brother said down in the chat, it's gonna take time dealing with that breed, dealing with the Piskies. You're gonna have time in with them dogs. A lot of time, a lot of experiences, ups and downs, and lefts and rights. And then at the end of the day, then you'll know, like, okay, boom, this is what needs to be, or where this needs to go at, because you don't want to. That's like a person just starting out with Preston Canaries, and then you selling them to people who got a house full of kids and want a couch potato.
yeah, that's
You
all.
can't do that, but you're gonna do that if you don't know the breed. If you don't know that breed, if you don't know nothing about presses, you'll go buy them, and then you'll go sell them to the lady who got who adopting the kids and got a house full of kids down there, and she the neighborhood grandmama. You know what I'm saying? And you go sell them to her, and they raise a dog, and at 10, 11 months old, the dog go hurt one of the kids. But it's just knowing the breed. That's anybody with anything. Like the Malinois, I had to learn the breed. I'm still learning things about the breed, because I haven't had the years in on that breed. It's a new breed to me.
Yeah,
Uh uh I had a Malinois before I got Merino, but it was just within 6 months before I got Merino. Merino will be 5 years old this year right here. I got
yeah, yeah. I guess my main goal is I really thought about this after I
putting
figured
up.
out, hey, instead of just extending the legacy of my dogs, letting them have a legacy in Southern California, let alone California itself, maybe all over. But um, I was looking into them, like me creating a new type of catch dog, and I was just thinking about just selling them to hunters and farmers only. Especially since I'm out of the city,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I have more of a chance to sell them to hunters and farms. You know,
Oh
because
yeah.
I've been a city boy all my life, so like I'm just learning the whole country.
But you got to remember this now. Remember this. Well, I'm guessing this. I'm just guessing now. If when we breed all our dogs, and say if I got a dog that's, you know, showing human aggression, and you breed it to another one that's showing human aggression, you're gonna get the human aggression. But
Yeah.
with these newer breeds, being that they haven't been bred for so many years, they finding out things every other year, every other month. You know, they find out things. Yeah, they may be healthy, but they still working on the temperament wise. You know, can you slap them around? Can you talk loud to them? You know, can you grab their bowl out? Can you do a lot of different things? And all that stuff really got to be ironed out, man, because you don't want to be on the news. We talk about it too many times, too many days where accidents happen. And once an accident happens, you know, they happen. And when we're dealing with these big dogs, pit bulls, Pressing Canaries, Pitskis, and stuff like that, you know, Huskies automatically got some type of aggression in them. And when we cross these dogs, especially when we cross pit bulls to these other different breeds, we bring out more human aggression in them dogs. You know, and that's not you want smart human aggression. You don't want anytime human aggression. You know what I'm saying? You want a dog that protect you and your mama. You know what I'm saying? And when the other people come that's welcome, you know, he can distinguish the difference between that. You know, you don't want him just you have to tie him up every single time because then he won't never be able to protect you. If you got to tie him up when you talking to say you and we're gonna go you in the hood, right? Boom. You don't want him just attacking this brother, right? Even though this brother might be a little shisty, he might be a little funny acting. You don't want him attacking him. You want him to chill right there beside you. You know what I'm saying? And if that brother make that move on you, boom, then he make that move. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have to go tie him up, then that brother got a chance to make that move on you. Because now you got to tie him up because he too crazy to stand here while this brother talking to you. So now you put your best friend here on a chain. He can't protect you because he too outlandish in the public. You know, and it takes a you want them to just be able to chill, especially like you say you and where you at just chill and act like a mutt. Just chill and act like you calm and collective or whatever. Just be friendly.
Absolutely.
A smart dog will know when you getting hurt, bro. He ain't gonna let nobody hurt you if you out there like you if you out there in that grind with him. You say yours was in the woods with you and everything and all that and rocking with you the whole time. Man, listen, he ain't gonna let nobody hurt you, dog. So the thing is to try to make him understand what's right and what's wrong. At least the puppies, when you make your breedings and stuff, let them know what's right and what's wrong from day one, and then learn that breed and learn the characteristics of it. Since you said you're gonna be the one running it with the F2 stuff, learn the characteristics of it. Because if I wanted to buy one, I want to know all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? What can I and can I do? You know, I don't want to get this dog thinking he a farm dog and he get out there and attack all my farm animals. He never guarding the animals, he attacking the animals,
Yeah.
you know? And that's the difference between a dog who a herding dog, you know, and another kind of dog. See, if I take what a bull herder dog is? It's a pit bull mixed with a Malinois, Dutch Shepherd, anything like that. Okay.
Oh,
Now I know if I take my Malinois and put it on my farm, he gonna protect everything on the farm. You know, he not gonna chase after the cows. He not gonna chase. He may be young and chase the chickens, but after a while he grow out of that, and he know all that's part of the farm. Now once I add this pit bull in it, a bull herder breed, which is what could be considered a designer breed and a breed used by working line people, but it's not a breed that's been all the way established, and they don't know all of the traits of them dogs yet. You know what I'm saying? And this the thing: when you add that pit bull into that dog, you lose the herding part. Now you got your dog attacking attacking the horses, attacking the cows, and all kind of stuff. Instead, he's supposed to be protecting. So I'm thinking I'm gonna buy your bull herding breed dog for my farm. Now I go get the dog for my farm, and I take him out here. You don't really know the characteristics of it because you just starting to breed it. Now I take him out here, instead of protecting everything, he got everything wounded, you know, and that's all a part of knowing that know them dogs, you know. And bro, believe me, I'm not saying that you don't know yours. I'm just talking about for anybody that may be listening or any of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
hmm.
Yeah, he got a page, High Key Lee, King Long Swipe on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, Cookie, he doesn't attack the cats he grew up with. He's real territorial about other cats coming into the yard. He just don't like other fucking animals. He likes his animals he grew up around with, but he
Oh yeah,
don't
that's
like,
oh
you
when
know.
it comes to animals, man. A lot of dogs, you can have a trained dog and he's still running with an animal's a different situation. But we talking about keeping that control around humans because at the end of the day, we can replace animals no matter how much we love them, you know, but we can't replace us as humans. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I love my dogs, you love yours, and it'll break both of us if something happens to our dogs. But we can replace them. We can't replace me or can't replace you. It ain't gonna never be another King Long Swipe.
Right.
Might be a little King Long Swipe, but not the senior.
But yeah, exactly. Not me.
So we got to make
So,
sure, we got to make sure,
there could be a King Little Swipe, but there'll
yeah,
never be another King Long Swipe.
yeah. But shit, if they're gonna be protecting, man, because a brother told me a while back they do protection dogs. You don't want a junkyard dog unless it's guarding the junkyard. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And a dog that just attack anything, not talking about your dogs, I'm talking about anybody dogs. You know, um, that's what we consider a junkyard dog. And if I gotta tie my dog up, I'm saying again, how can he protect me? If you come around me, I don't want him to attack you yet. I know you might be talking shicey. I want to hear what you got to say first. So I need for him to sit right there and chill and relax. You know what I'm saying? And in order for to do that, I gotta have some discipline in him. I gotta have some type of something in him. You know what I'm saying? And he gotta be well socialized. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be socialization is a key for everything, man. To the brothers who was doing uh any type of thing, you gotta socialize them dogs at a young age,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and
most definitely.
that really plays a part.
Yeah,
God,
but
that really
also at
plays
the
a
same
part.
time, you like, have you ever heard of the designer Donovan designer dogs?
What's that?
It's it's a Malinois cross between American Pit Bull Terrier, I believe.
Well, we call them bull herders. If it's
Okay,
a
okay.
Malinois and a pit bull, have to be a full blooded. It'll have to be a full blooded. See what
Those
you
dogs are hard working dogs from what I've seen.
Yeah, but you going you gonna get. I'm a Malinois fan and I'm a pit fan. But if I
Hmm.
get that dog, I got to use it for certain things because I'm taking away, I'm adding and I'm taking away at the same time, and I'm adding certain things. You know, you bring that Malinois got a kind of aggression that can be controlled, but when you bring that pit bull in it, you got to be more on point. Just like I tell the brother Street Rossi about the presses, you got to be on your A game. You know what I'm saying? You add in ferocious, a smart ferocious with a crazy. Once I turn up, I don't like to turn down ferocious.
Okay.
So now you're making a mixed breed of that. The Malinois, he make it turn down sometime, but the pit bull, once he turn up, he don't like to turn down. So now you adding that type of stuff into these dogs. So now if I got them around kids, I know this dog got to be really secured. You know what I'm saying? Because he not gonna be like the Malinois, where the Malinois might just chase after certain things. That pit bull in that Malinois gonna chase after everything. It just it just goes with crossing, man. Crossing make a healthy puppy, but you get the bad and the good out of both sides of the breed. And that's why, when it comes to a pit bull terrier, your best pit bulls and your more friendly pit bulls are going to be your full-blooded American pit bull terriers that go back to Toodles, Dabo, Kobe's, and all that type of stuff. Them gonna be your friend. Them gonna be your
That's because of the
friendliest,
inbreeding, though, right?
huh?
That's because of the inbreeding, though,
No,
right?
no,
Like
that's
the genes
because
do.
no, that's because not the inbreeding. That's because of the way the dog was like. Say you starting that line, you starting the F2 dogs. When the brothers started them pit bulls, they did it on the count of we want these dogs to chill around people, and we want them to go in that ring and bull bait or whatever they gonna do. And they never wanted the dog to be. Look at all the old school pictures. You see the kids taking the black and white pictures, standing by the pit bulls and stuff like that. They always wanted them to be friendly with the family. Because if you're not protecting the family, then you just in the yard. And the thing is, they always had an old saying that a lot of the human aggressive pit bulls wasn't as game as this and as game as that, but we're not even about to get into that. It's just the pit bull itself wasn't bred to attack people, and that's why a lot of brothers get upset when they see the pit bull being trained for bite work and all that type of stuff, because even in modern day times, from way 100 years ago, the pit bull wasn't bred to be human aggressive. And that's why I said you got a better chance at all these breeds that we talking about, the bully breed, the pit bulls, the XLs, the Huskies, the Belgian Malinois, and all that type of stuff. Around your kids, you got a better chance with a friendly dog not getting bit with a pit bull, American pit bull terrier. You got a better chance with protection with one of them shepherd dogs. With a shepherd dog, they're gonna protect your family with their life.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the nanny dog, the pit bull, a full-blooded one, you don't have to worry about them. But the inbreeding now, you get, like you said, you're right about that at the same time now.
See,
The
I think
brothers inbreeding the wrong things, you bring out the wrong things. And we got so many people that breed for money these days, they don't care about certain things. So they breed, to get the pedigree for this, the pedigree for that, and then you get aggressive dogs. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it just depends on what you're doing it for at the same time, too. I could be doing protection work, right? I've been doing, say if I'm doing protection work for 20 years, all I'm doing my breeding my dogs for is protection work. So anybody who buy a dog from me or get these kind of dogs, they need to know from me that these dogs were bred for this. This is their temperament. This is what they bring to the table. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? And that
what
way, when they buy one, they won't be surprised.
I mean, I believe like all dogs are done by design somehow, because like take for example the Doberman Pinscher. Pinscher is German for terrier, and
Yeah,
it was done by design, and
yeah.
that dog doesn't have, you know 1,000 years on it.
No, but you know what they designed it for when the Germans was using them in war and stuff, right?
Well,
Okay.
actually, they were using the Rottweilers before.
Yep, the rocks. Okay, now they're using the Rockwallers. Okay, now they was using them because they were so big and things like that.
Mhm.
And one thing I always say here in America, we don't use a lot of these dogs what they're made for. We get them and we turn them to couch potatoes when they was made to be working dogs. That's why a lot of brothers like to get their Rottweilers from Germany and places like that, because they still fundamentally fit. They still built and doing the things they supposed to be and bred to do. The dogs made to work, made to herd or whatever they do. We don't use them in wars and stuff like that now, because the days and times are more upgraded, and we don't use size the Malinois. We use dogs like that, and far as like that. But the way the Rottweilers was used back in the days, you know, it was more of a soldier type thing, and it just they're better dogs for that now,
I think
and
we
that's
need
why they're
soldier
using the
dogs.
Malinois and the German Shepherds and the Dutch Shepherds and stuff, because they excel where a Rottweiler can't excel out there on the battlefield, you know. And they just use certain dogs for certain things, and certain dogs fit certain people lifestyles better, you know. Where my lifestyle might be good for this kind of breed, I might go get a Pitski and it might not fit my lifestyle, or a Malinois might not fit your lifestyle, you know. Um, and that's just all. Especially, you got to really be keen to that when you start in a particular line of dogs. See, I didn't start this pit bull line. I just jumped in the line. I jumped in line and got my spot. You know what I'm saying? Arrowhead, salute to you, big dog. Salute to you.
I really, be-
Don Juan Black, salute to you, fam, down in the chat.
I
But yeah,
really
man.
believe the nanny dogs are really the Staffords,
Well,
the
well,
Staffordshire.
Well, I
You
mean,
know,
yeah, you can say they took the nanny dog over because they weren't bred for the dog aggression, so they were just bred for the looks. But at the end of the day, nobody in the pit bull community, not talking about up to date, I'm talking about back in the days, they was real fond on human aggressive dogs. They was always in the pit bull community. It was always a a good thing to have a dog that wasn't human aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that did have dogs that were human aggressive, you hear the stories that go back 50 years, because it was just that small amount of them. You know what I'm saying? You hear about the dogs who bit the brothers' kids or different things, because there wasn't that many accidents that happened throughout the years with the pit bulls. You know, but yeah, man. Hey, and good luck on and I ain't gonna say good luck because you're a great dog man, and great dog men do great things. But when you starting that breed, just pay attention to everything. Don't overlook nothing. You know what I'm saying? Make your Pitskis the best Pitskis out there. Make them where 6 months from now we doing another. We can do interviews every other night, dog. I don't even care. I'm rocking with your fam.
Man,
You
I
know what I'm
really
saying?
dig that. I really
But
dig that because it brings more knowledge, and that's what we need because I think the knowledge was lost for a hot minute and now it's getting back. And I think America really needs some types of dogs of war because my intuition, my soul really feels that we might be going into a war pretty soon.
hey, now listen here. Since you said that, now I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100 with you now. You better be able to control that motherfucker if all hell break loose. But listen, I always tell brothers, have you a damn dog because you never know what happened, boy. When we have
Man,
to
I
go to
live in
some
hell.
damn, you never know
I
what the hell
live in
happened.
hell. That's
You never
exactly
know
why
what
I got this
happened,
dog.
boy. When you gotta be you and the dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And get to that hand-to-hand type thing. You know, hey, it just is what it is, man. But like I said, man, especially with them new breeds, bro. Pay attention to everything. Don't be afraid to do your selected breeding. Keep the good ones that's doing the things that you want them to do. Get rid of the other ones. You may have to keep the puppies a little bit longer than normal just to see the bad traits and the good traits in the dog. And when you breeding, uh, you know, I guess you know what you're looking for, bro, and you've been doing it, you know what I'm saying? But just stay on point with it, man. Stay on point with it.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, you welcome up at any time. Any of y'all brothers down in the chat, welcome up at any time to talk about y'all breed of dog. It don't necessarily have to be the game dog all the time, dog, because we gonna talk about dogs 365 days out the year. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about pedigrees, we're gonna talk about old school matches, we're gonna talk about training dogs, but we got enough time to talk about everything, man. We can talk about all the different breeds of dogs. We you know what I'm saying? Because you got brothers who got pits now, who raise poodles, who raise chihuahuas. They ain't even into the pits no more. Everybody go their different ways, and everybody love different kind of dogs, man. And even I do it sometime. I might make it seem like I'm only rocking with certain kind of breeds of dogs. You know what I'm saying? But I know at the end of the day, man, a person can have a dog mixed with 14 different dogs, but he love that dog just like I love mine. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't gonna treat it no different than I treat mine. And I can't treat, dog love is dog love, at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, all we strive to do, dog, is be safe. And you know what I'm saying? We all be illegal with these things, but we all gotta be safe. Even if we be illegal, all we're gonna go is to go to jail. But if we ain't
Yeah.
safe, somebody can get hurt. That's what we don't want.
Yeah, the illegal and legal thing. See, like, there's some countries out there. I don't know if anybody's been overseas and went to a country where they actually have legal game fighting dogs still, and their go-to dog is a pit bull. I mean, that the pit bull is the most solid game dog out there available. Like there's no topping real true game pit bulls when it comes to that because even the biggest dogs with the strongest bite can't can't compete with pit bulls, and that's actually the real business. And I don't know if you might not like that being said on here,
Oh
but
no, man. We know you still got countries out there that do the legal thing, or don't really get down like how you US get down. We can only go by our laws for our land, but we can't be stupid like things don't go down in other places. No, we see
I believe
things.
I
We
believe the
see.
U.S. is just mad and made it illegal because they ain't making no tax money off of it.
Man, man, listen here, man. I done raised so many videos. Listen here, man. I've been saying this. If the pit bulls, if they can figure out a way to control the pit bulls the same way weed, you can't control weed because anybody can grow weed and you can't grow cocaine anywhere. They ain't worrying about that. That's gonna always be illegal. But weed, you can grow that in all 50 states. They can't control how many people grow it, so now it takes so long for them to legalize it across all 50. It's gonna be legal one day, but you
Yeah,
can grow it everywhere. With these pits, you can't control who got the best pit bull. The brother out there with $50 in his pocket might have the dog that can't be stopped across the country. You know what I'm saying? He might be producing the best dogs. You know, I always said it, and no, and I don't. When I say this, I said, "Yo, if pit bulls was legal, that should be, and it was on TV, that'd be more popular than football, basketball, and all that." You know, you got your people that hate on all those sports. You know, but if that was on TV, man, that'd be, you know, and then you got UFC, where brothers straight up get on there, literally got the option to take their lives without going to jail or anything. But
Yeah.
how can that be more cruel? I mean, how can dogs be more cruel than that? You allow that because money, nobody ain't gonna go out there and try to hurt each other without getting paid in the streets like that, like UFC fighting. So that's controlled movement. You know what I'm saying? With pit bulls, anything can happen out there in the streets and stuff like that. It's not no controlled movement with that. UFC, they allow you to go in there and try to. Me and you can go in there, King Long Swipe, and try to take each other out. If you in me right there, you got the belt, you got the money, you going home, and I'm going to the box. The box is 6 feet under. You ain't gonna get in no trouble. And you telling me a dog is more important than a human? So you know it's politics involved with that, dog. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? You know it's politics involved with it. When they let humans destroy each other faster than they let animals. And they, you know, they send you to prison for the animals, and the humans can do it and get millions off of it. Only if I knew when I was 16 that I could come up and try to destroy brothers and get to be a millionaire then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had a lot of hood fights and street fights that were for free, man. And we could have been, you know what I'm saying? All be close to billionaires, all scrapping.
Yeah.
But hey, that's just this is a country. We live in it. We can't complain about it. We got to go by the land, the law of the land, dog, and make sure everybody's safe at the end of the damn day. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? To all, and that's why that's why the brothers who got these game pits, they do a lot of selective breeding. A lot of them get rid of the dogs that be human aggressive. You know, especially the brothers who don't like it, they get rid of them because they don't want to keep breeding that into their program and keep going down and making human aggressive dogs. You know, it ain't just you or me, everybody. You know, everybody always do selective breeding and add the stuff. Like you want your green eyes, you got to figure out how you gonna have to do it. I'm thinking your easiest way to get your green eyes found
I
is
think
the
green eyes is a recessive gene though. You
it
know.
can be it can be a recessive one, and they can pop up in your dog. I can't, I'm not the Lord to say how your dog gonna come out, but the easiest way to do it is to get on Facebook, find that dude with them old family red dogs with the ears clipped. Every last one of them ears clipped. You know who I'm talking about when you see them. They make you say, "Damn, that's a damn a badass looking dog." Now, what?
Yeah.
Find that brother. Tell him that you go take care of that dog and work some kind of program with him. You know, everybody not expensive as you may think. You know what I'm saying? You just got to talk to people.
Yeah. Of
Get you
course.
get you one of them green eyed dogs and add it to your program. Add it to them Pitskis. His dogs got green eyes, bro.
I gotta get bigger property if I wanted to get more dogs. In all reality, because this is a handful for me right now. You know.
Oh yeah, I feel you now. I feel you on that.
Yeah. Out
I
here
feel
in
you on that.
California, it's hard to get big property because it's shit's expensive as fuck. You know. But I wanted to drop one gem for everybody in there who are dog men, and this is like really good knowledge. Before you head out and everything. I
Go
said
ahead with it, man.
I recommend you watching a video. It happened in Orange County, California, and it's about a dog uh, who was in this man's car, and people were calling in, and well, I mean that's what I think, because like how in the world did animal control come up to him out of nowhere, and animal control had to bring a cop in, and the guy shut him down. He shut down the sheriff and the animal control, because animal control is really nothing. Everything is all on voluntary consent. So if you consent to let these agents take your dog, then it's really all bad on you. But the old man dropped a gem. Listen to his words, because that's the key gem that I'm trying to drop for y'all. Look up, and it's on YouTube. It's a video about how this man shuts down the cops when they were asking questions about his dog, and they couldn't take his dog even though they were trying to. And that's some real shit. That is
Hey,
some real deal shit right there.
I'm
And
glad you
so,
I'm glad you rocking with me tonight, man, because we talked about that. Orange County, California. The dog was protecting the man. Basically, he was barking so they couldn't get in the car. Animal control
oh,
couldn't
you
take the
see it?
dog. Oh yeah, I did a video. I did a video
Oh
on hey,
shit!
your boy on that
Oh
dog.
shit!
Your boy on that shit, man. Listen,
Hey,
man. Hey,
hey. So
hey,
you know
I'm
what I was talking about that comment that I dropped on one of your videos saying that, because the registry is how it puts that. The registry is really what kind of screws us up. The papers are papers. You can make your own paper, you know,
oh
but
yeah,
the
oh yeah.
registry is letting the government have 1/10 possession of your dogs because you turned it into federal commerce. You're making money with it. So just like your car, when you register your car, you know, you're registering it with the DMV, and you're giving the DMV, who partners with the government, 1/10 possession of your car off that license plate. And
It's
that's
the
how they can
it's the
impound your
same
car and
it's the
everything.
same way. It's the same way. Yep.
They ain't impounding race cars that are track race cars only, you know? Because
That's why I ain't mean to cut you off, bro. That's why it's so important that we explain and preach every day that to do the right things with these dogs, because we all got pedigrees and they all go back to ADBA and the next and then the next one. And it's all them people got to do is go get the like you say, get the information, because these are uh clubs that's making money. So they got to pay taxes. They got to do all this stuff. So
yeah,
you have to turn all this stuff.
taxation is
You
theft.
know,
Don't mean to
you,
interrupt you.
yeah, you're good. So you have to give this information up if they want it. And you just at the end of the day, we gotta go to the right. We gotta go to the doing the right things with these dogs. And like I said, y'all brothers who been got that show coming up next week. Shh, down south. I mean, south bottom kennel. It is what it is, man. It's been a long time waiting. We've been talking about this show for a few months now. You know what I'm saying? Talking about it for a few months. I know several of them boys probably got going to the getting ready for the digital shows and the ADBA shows that's going on throughout the country and stuff like that. Um, yes,
Yeah, most
sir,
definitely.
man.
Yeah, I'm really glad I got to talk to you, man, because the chat sometimes be too fast to get some
Oh yeah,
knowledge
man.
out there when you're trying to speak on something.
Oh yeah, man. One thing about a chat and a text, period. Even when you texting a girl or you texting a brother that you trying to get something through, a text can be looked at a different way. When you saying it out your mouth, you can kind of explain it the right way. When you texting me something,
Right.
I can look at it a certain way. I can read it, but I'm maybe not reading it the way you saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you get in that chat, not you, but anybody get in that chat, they type things they may mean something else. And a brother, that chat will eat brothers up and it'll throw you one way and this way and that way, man. And it's best that anything you got to say, get up here and say it yourself. And that way a brother know where you coming from, what angle you coming from with it. You know what I'm saying? And how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? You could type and they be calling you, not talking about none of my brothers in the chat right now, but you can get
Yeah.
up there and type something and brothers will be like, oh man, we got Peter in here. We got Peter. The brothers will eat you alive, man. We got a tree hugger in here. And then just because the way you type it, it will seem a
Well, yeah,
certain
see,
way.
the type has no emotions, like you
Yeah,
could get
yeah,
emotions
right,
with somebody
right.
talking anymore, but
Yeah.
that text is stale.
And guess what, man? Sometimes it's good to just talk about stuff, man. You gotta let off steam sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just talk. Just talk. Boom. Every brother in the chat might not like what you're talking about, but shit, man. Like I said, we got 360 some days a year to talk about what everybody like to talk about. We'll get it in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll be some days where I do 2 or 3 lives a day, or I might put out a pre-recorded one time. Just over the last week or so, I've been kind of slow doing my thing on my side, handling some business. But everything about to be everything, man. About to be same old, same old. 3 or 4 videos a day, 1 or 2 lives or something like that, man. And like I say, any brother in the chat could always talk about whatever they need to talk about. If you need to talk on the back street, when I tell brothers about that call, that other line, none of that stuff gonna get talked about on this YouTube shit. That ain't no YouTube stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say when you call that line, that line, none of that stuff gets talked about on YouTube, none of that cracking junk. I don't care who you is. I don't take that like something that need to be cracked about. So you don't have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right, right.
far as the dog wise, this, we do that like this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own opinion. Everybody bring their knowledge to the table and we can all eat. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to eat with cash, eat with knowledge. Knowledge somehow or another get you that cash later on down the line. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Shit.
That's
Especially
right.
when you're trying to start your own lines. You starting your own breed of dogs, no different than one of these brothers with these game dogs starting their own line of dogs. You need to know the traits of the dogs that you're running, whether it's Eli, Jeep, Chinaman, or whatever. You got to know what you're looking for, and does this dog possess what you're looking for? If not, how you adding it in, this and that, to get the dog that you want. So it's no different, besides me and you was speaking on the safety part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the most important when it comes to any dog, no matter what breed of dog it is. Safety. You know what I'm saying? Because we can all go to jail, and we can all, you know, we'll come back from jail, but we ain't coming back if something really bad happened because somebody got hurt with them dogs. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So we all have to be on point with that.
Yeah.
Everybody, man. Everybody. Yes,
So what
sir,
Legion's
man.
was saying,
Huh?
Legion was saying, to get the eyes to breed them back to a husky, I don't have to do that because the phenotype of the blue eyes is already in my dogs already. The genetics is strong with that. But the American Pit Bull Terrier is the stronger genetics that took over the husky. It's only the phenotype of the eyes that set in with the eye color. Um, the genetics usually will play out what more is stronger, like what the stronger the genes is what takes over more. So like Cookie didn't get the blue eyes, but he got the game in him because of his genetics was stronger with that.
Now let me say this to any brother that want to get a Malawa, and you really serious about the dog, get that dog. That'll be one of the best dogs you like. And I'm gonna tell you like this now, if you got time for that dog. But I'm gonna tell you this: if you're looking at movies and you gassed up off a movie that you see, don't get that dog, man. Don't get that dog. I'm telling you, because you're gonna like the dog at the beginning, and then the dog becomes that dog. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell any brother, 'cause I didn't know about Molly Wise. I got onto Molly Wise almost the same way a lot of brothers do. You see these movies, you want a smart dog, you want that hero type of dog like that, you know what I'm saying? And you go get it. You know what I'm saying? And then guess what? You fall in love with the dog. You like the dog. Then you figure out all these things later on down the line that you never knew about the dog. You know what I'm saying? All later on down the line. Like, I probably wouldn't even get a Malinois right now. You know what I'm saying? If I knew the things that I know back then. If I knew the things I know right now back then, I might not get it. But the ones I got,
Now then,
I wouldn't get rid of them unless I had to. Now, the growling situation, I'm firm on that now, because I ain't gonna go hit you with no stick or nothing when you start growling at me. So I'm firm on obedience wise. You know what I'm saying? And me myself, if I had to, I'll get
go.
rid of my dog. I'll get rid of my dogs if they would hurt somebody in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I can't have that.
Yeah. This is Ghost, by the way.
Yeah, Ghost got them pretty blue eyes, man.
Yeah, he really does. And he's gentle. He's the only one who's been gentle to kids that I know that when I didn't have him on the leash, he kissed a kid just sitting down by a school. And I went up and I was actually scared,
Now
but
a
he
husky a
saw how,
husky is a husky is a pretty much a working dog, right?
oh, a hard working dog. I mean, they travel miles on a sled.
Now you may get different reactions with a dog that you taking and having him more in a calm area where he want to work. He want to run. Take him out there and throw a tennis ball with. Or you say you want to teach him how to swim? Take him if you around any water, you in
They sleep
Los
in
Angeles, you in Los Angeles, so you around water. Take
No,
him.
no, I'm not. I'm not in the city anymore. I moved away because it got too expensive from it. We were thinking
Okay.
about having to move out of state, but we found a place.
Well,
We could
find some
keep everything.
clean lake where you not no alligators or anything like that. Where people out there visiting and stuff, and throw the tennis ball with them. Throw that tennis ball in the water and he'll go out there, and give him a life jacket. They got dog life jackets just in case you scared he might drop. Give him a little life jacket, let him play with his legs in that water. He might be scared of you spraying him with the water hose, but when he get hot out there in that area like you in, boy, he'll love to jump in a little mini pool or something. Get him a mini pool to start playing in. He'll go out there and get in that pool. Get him one of them little 4-foot plastic pools or something. Drop him off up in there. Let him play. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's all kind of ways you can do it, man. But just take time, man, with anything. Take time. I'm training that Malinois Sassy right now as taking time. You know what I'm saying? Taking time. I know it take time. So that joker there got some eyes on him, boy. He
Yeah,
scared
I
he
fell in
scared
love
me
with him
just
when I
he
found him.
scared me just now, man. I started to run my damn self.
I
Shit.
fell in love with I found him. I was actually trying to get his brother. His brother had a almost a purple coat, but he didn't have the blue eyes that I was looking for. Ghost is actually a twin. He was an identical twin in the same sack as his sister. I tried to get his sister, but his mom attacked his sister, and the lady that I got him from had to take him to the vet, and they got her spayed, which sucked. I was like really pissed about that because
Hey,
the woman I got him from was asking if I wanted his sister, and I did, but um, because she got him spayed or got her spayed, uh, there was no chance of Ghost having a legacy and me trying to make a real pure blood Pitski.
yeah.
Because to get it
Hey,
pure, you gotta inbreed.
yeah. Now I was gonna ask this on one of my shows. I never got a chance to do it yet. All right, now if I got me a full-blooded American Pit Bull Terrier and I want to add some athleticism into my dog and not mess it up, my brothers down in the chat. And I'm not talking about I'm got my dog out there and chilling with me in the woods and stuff like that. I'm not worried about no papers and none of that. All I'm saying is I want to add some athleticism into him and I want to keep him looking good. What kind of dog can I use for that? And I don't want to make him aggressive or none of that. I just want him to look good and just add some more athleticism in him. Or what kind of dog can I add to it? And I don't want him aggressive. Far as human aggressive. I want him animal aggressive now, but not human aggressive. Black
Right.
Mount Cur. Now with Black Mount Curs, are they pretty? I know a few brothers have some. Are they? I didn't never ask them this though. Are they human friendly? A lot of them. Or do they get human aggressive too?
Yeah.
And when it comes to, I don't want to take away from their smartness either. I don't know how smart them Black Mount Curs is. They could be smart dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure they're smart because they know they hunt the hogs and stuff. But I want to make sure I keep the same intelligent level in my dog. Add some athleticism. We may be hiking on the trails, going up the mountains and stuff. I don't want them falling back, getting tired and stuff. I want them to be able to keep up, But I don't want them to get the long coat. I want to keep them looking slick. You know what I'm saying? Keep them looking slick. I ain't trying to sell them nobody. I just need them to keep up with my lifestyle. I'm a hiker. I'm a camper. What could I add to them? Greyhound? Maybe some whippet or something like that.
Yeah,
Or, the,
that's a
or, the, or that dog, I can't pronounce the name, like a wingbanger or something like that. Whatever they call it. It's a W word, a long word. It
a
kind of got a slit, got a
wine
slit.
or something like that.
Yeah, got a slender body. Now the Catahoula's, the brothers be having them. They be looking pretty good, and they gave them. If you breed with a Catahoula, that's when you gonna make them crazy colors.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about like what I'm talking about. But I just don't know how human aggressive they is. I never heard nothing about Catahoulas being human aggressive.
See, I personally want my dogs to be human aggressive because if people are trying to hurt you and rob you,
That's
they
why
don't
I
care
say.
about a dog.
That's why. Nope, you're right. But that's why I say you gotta study that Pitski study that Pitski like the back of your hand and figure that line and stuff out because okay, if I mean if I you said there was an accident on breeding, so it was cool or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Dickie Foster, salute to you, fam. But if on the other hand, if I was going to use a dog for protection with a full-blooded pit, you know what you're gonna get. With a full-blooded husky, you know what you're gonna get. But when you cross it, you gotta check it and see how it go.
To
You
get
know what
a
I'm
to
saying?
get a Siberian Husky is kind of rare for it to be a protector. You know,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are out there, but
So that so
it's
that's what
not
it's
like a,
that's what they say about wolf dogs. Don't get a wolf. It's not a guard dog, so you can't mix a wolf into your dog. That's why they put a German Shepherd in the wolf, and you get a 75 or 50% wolf dog or something like that, or what they call a high percentage or low percentage, or you know, the more wolf in it, the less guard it's gonna have. If you getting 100% cub that you done found and you raised it up as a cub, yeah, it might protect you because it love you, but it's not gonna be a barking type dog that you want to bark every time somebody come in the yard. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you get in a regular dog. So if I added a wolf dog into it, I know I'm taking away from the guard part. I'm just gonna get an attack dog that might go bite somebody and kill somebody or something, but far as the guard, you taking away from it.
right.
And like say if I had a wolf dog, I would have be able to have him more active in an open area where he can flourish, you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna get bad things gonna happen when you take certain dogs out of their element and put them in uh a more lax lifestyle. That's why every brother need to know what kind of dog they're getting when they bring them home.
Right.
Those your Argentinos, yeah. Now, if they're good with people, those your Argentinos will be probably a good one to, you add in your size in case you get out there in the woods, you see an animal or something like that. They can battle off the animal, a bear or something like that. And it's probably got good wind, good long bodies, good long legs. I haven't heard anything about bad health problems with the dojos.
Yeah, they were done by design too.
Oh yeah, Don Juan said he had a wolf Malamute mix. That's what they mix them with. They mix them with the Malamutes, the Huskies, the German Shepherds, and they have all three of them dogs mixed in one wolf
Yeah,
dog.
yeah, but all
Or
the
you
other
might have,
Huskies
or you might
came
have a
from one
Malamute,
Husky,
huh?
and that was the Siberian Husky. All Huskies come from one Husky, and that was the Siberian Husky. Samoyeds were thrown into the mix to make other certain Huskies, like the Alaskan Husky. Samoyeds are natural sled dogs too.
Oh yeah. Now see,
So, or
them-
actually, I'm sorry, Alaskan and Malamutes. Alaskan and Malamute
yeah,
Huskies.
the
Those,
Malamute sled dogs. Yeah, the Malamute sled dogs.
yeah.
But
And
that's where
those
you
are
get.
hard like working dogs. Those are like I believe those are one of the hardest working dogs. Any pretty much any husky is like a very hard working dog because they bred them, especially Siberian huskies. Siberian huskies are bred to eat less during certain times. So like those dogs actually have natural fasting. Like you'll try to feed them every day, and then one day they don't even want to eat. It could even be 2 days.
That's
They don't even
because
want to
you
eat.
know why? Because they're not working hard enough. If you working them, when you working them and let them do what they supposed to do, like what it was created to do, then they eat. They eat when they're supposed to eat because they burning off fat cells. They burning off energy. They getting it off. If I got a Malawi who I got out running around, he gonna eat and he gonna look skinny. He gonna because he eating and he not just sitting around getting fat. If he in the house and he never go out and work, then he sit around and he won't eat as much as the dog who run around in the yard in the big gated fence because he doing what he's supposed to do, or the one on the farm. See the one on the farm, when I got the Malawi on the farm, he gonna eat a whole lot more than the Malawi that's in the house because the one in the house is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. So when you got the sled dog who out there running them sleds, you got the Malamute that's pulling them sleds, he gonna eat every single day, probably 2 or 3 times because he's burning off that fat, he burning off that energy, and he hungry. You know what I'm saying? But with the if you got him chilling, he feel no need to eat. He not hungry. He not burning nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey man, one thing I'm about to get up out of here. I'm gonna tell you like this here, dog. I appreciate you rocking with me tonight, man. I appreciate you, and like I said, this is the beginning, man. We could talk anytime, especially a lot of brothers that want some knowledge on these husky dogs. Cause see, you told me something just now. I know it's you got Alaskan Husky, Siberian Husky. I never really paid attention to it like that though. A lot of brothers probably want some knowledge, and on the Husky in general. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I got a
Different,
lot of knowledge on the husky. I studied them for a hot minute.
where they started at, just everything, man. Like I said, my cousin got some. I'm not sure if it's Alaskan or Siberian, but he got some of them, and shit, man, that's a breed of dog I know that was popular. The husky itself was popular, I think, more back in the days during the dormant pitching days over here in the South area. I know a few brothers had some huskies over here, and it was more popular back in the days around the dormant pitcher, the Rottweiler days. But over there towards where you at, it's a different story because you
Yeah.
closer to the Alaskan side.
Yeah. Gotta finish this up.
But yeah, man, I appreciate all the brothers down in the chat. Hey, I'm glad y'all rock with us tonight, man. Hey, tell them brothers, yeah, like he said, he got a YouTube channel, right? King Lone Swipe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They
Yeah,
was trying to.
just wholesome videos, nothing too big, just showing them urban mushing and just being dogs and the high prey drive that they still
Hey,
have in them.
I tell you what, man. Right now, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I want to do? I want to get me a sled, and I be wanting to do that shit. But we'll talk about that on another show. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to get behind about 12 of them things and bush. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
That's right.
Hey, I ain't gonna
That's
lie
right.
to you. I told my fam if I hit the lottery or something like that, no, I'm gonna go up there with See, you don't think I know about them boys. Let me see if I can
Get
figure them
yourself a
boys' names
longboard
out.
skateboard. A
Man, damn
longboard
that, damn
skateboard.
that. I'm going to Alaska where the mushers at. I'm gonna cross that cross that thing if I hit that lottery. I'm gonna enter that contest. I'm gonna go up there and stay for a little while to get used to that cold weather because I ain't used to being cold. So
Dude,
I'm coming from the
they're
south.
doing 1,500 miles in the
That's why
competitions.
that's why I say I'm gonna have
1,500 miles.
I'm gonna have to chill for about 6 months before then. Maybe I'll get broke in. I got a little wilderness in me though. That's why I'm a benefit. I got some wilderness in me. And
That's
I'm
right.
a ride out there. I'm gonna do it one day. You know what I'm saying? As a dog, man, I'm either go visit it while they doing it, or I'm gonna compete in it. One way or another. Y'all gonna see the bee out there mushing.
That's right.
Hey man, but I appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight, man. Like I
And I
say, man,
appreciate you for letting me.
oh yeah, man, ain't no problem, man. Anytime, man. And like I say, y'all don't forget the brothers that's going to the dog show next week. Y'all, good luck to y'all brothers. I know y'all gonna have some good looking dogs. Um, y'all keep doing the right things with them dogs. Y'all stay positive with them dogs. Stay legal with them dogs. And we had a good week. We ain't had no dog news to put up there where no brothers made the wrong moves, man. One thing about it, we all make mistakes. We none of us perfect. You know what I'm saying? None of us perfect. And we all gonna continue to make mistakes here and there. You know, it just is what it is, man. We could try to help each other. And like I always say, it's easier to keep each other from getting in trouble than it is to get each other out of trouble, man. And I'm gonna leave it on that. Y'all stay safe. PBK9s, and I'm out.
Peace.